Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the B-Leaguers podcast, brought to you by the Koyo Store. Head to thekoyostore.com. Check out all your officially licensed paraphernalia from Ubisoft, including Rainbow Six Siege pins. Use code ALLCAPS-B-Leaguers for 5% off your order. Helps out you. Helps out us. And also thank you, everybody, at the Patreon, patreon.com/B-Leaguers, as well, as you'd like to donate and help us keep the lights on around here. It'd be much appreciated. And we have 6 patrons right now to call out from top to bottom in no particular order other than alphabetically. We got Big Sexy, Grayson, Just MTX, Mitchell LeBone, Noah, and Rotating Bagel. Thank you, everybody, for giving us your fucking money. Feels good. Thank you. Man. Thank you for lining my pockets. And, I mean, it all just goes back into the fucking monthly fee to keep the server up to
that's literally
host all the episodes on. That's literally all the money is for. Like, we lose money on this podcast, by the way.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We lose money.
Well, I don't lose money. Flynn loses.
Yo,
money.
I just lose money. Yeah, that's kind of the whole podcast. This is me just.
Flynn pays for the service. So yes. Everyone thank Mr. Flynn.
Yes, thank you, Flynn. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a little over a week now. Sorry about that, but time zones, schedules, weed smoking, lots of things got in the way of us recording the last couple of days we've tried. So, yeah, the episode was supposed to be yesterday because I posted the Q&A thread almost 24 hours ago, a little bit more than 24 hours ago, actually.
Yeah, but I bet it's loaded then.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely loaded. But I was kind of high, and I thought I was going to be okay to record, and then I wasn't okay to record. So,
yeah. He goes, I pulled that pretty quick, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it wasn't my brightest moment, I'll tell you that much.
44 comments?
Oh, yeah, and 3 questions apiece, baby. We're going to be here all fucking day. No, we'll keep it short.
Fucking retirement home by the time we're done with this shit.
We'll keep it short today.
Fuck?
We don't have a whole lot to go over. There's no more prophecies. There's no more random math.
We got one of them right, baby. We got one of them right. And most of our new listeners are not going to know what the fuck we're talking about, but we called this shit so early, Flynn.
Yes. So, in an interview with Ranger, we did nearly 10 months ago on this podcast, Tristan asked us, how many major LAN events do you think G2 will win in the calendar year, or the esports year for Siege of 2019? So starting with SI19 all the way until SI20. And we said 1, SI19, and then they'd be done. And then we went back and forth on that a lot, and then we turned out to be right. What do you want to preface it with?
I was going to say, you don't want to say major LAN because everyone's going to think that we meant just majors.
Not majors. I just mean like SI. G2 obviously can't win the Canadian Nationals or USN or shit like that. Like, you know what I mean. Pro League Finals or a major. You know what I mean.
So that was our 6th episode was with Ranger, and it was on January 4th, 2019.
Yep. That was before you or
I remember I fucking recorded this from my ex-girlfriend's house. With a fucking blue snowball and a laptop.
Yeah, production value hasn't quite changed.
I'm using a Logitech headset.
Yeah, you're on a headset mic in fucking Poland. Sorry. I was drinking some water because I got to get nice and lubed up for this episode.
I gotta lube up that throat, dude. Ooh, I'm gonna talk for like 3 hours here and then go talk for like another 3 hours tonight. USN.
Have fun, idiot. So let's break some shit down.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's break it.
USN's starting to get USN's starting to get down into the weeds, huh?
We're getting to those. Fuck you, by the way. Anyways.
He's mad at my team because I told him to intentionally throw.
Because fucking Flynn trolled me. That's why.
Basically. Yeah, so I guess we start off in our home region once again, as always, in North America, where I called it. I didn't have any faith in my prediction at all, but I came back from the major and was like, Reciprocity is going to make LAN. I didn't have much faith in
I didn't either,
in that,
honestly.
But I'll take it. I'll take the free fucking dub. No complaints on my end. Dark Zero, of course. I got them both right. Go me. EG really, really fucking choked. That was that was certainly doable. All they needed was 1 point Couldn't get it. Some other matchups that went on in NA, and this is how I know it's going to be a short episode, because we don't have a whole lot to talk about. We don't know the 8 teams qualified for Japan just yet. We know 6 of the 8. Obviously, APAC has its own LAN this weekend. Now, you may be confused. Okay, 99.9% of you are not confused, because none of you watch the Canadian Nationals. However, Parker, Jesse, and I will be casting the Canadian Nationals Finals LAN at EGLX in Toronto this weekend. And it'll be on the main channel. As will the APAC LAN on the same days on the main channel. Flynn, how's that going to work? I'll tell you. It's called the magic of time zones. So you're going to have the APAC LAN like early o'clock until like middle o'clock of the day. And then you're going to take a little breather, and then we'll be on. And then that's going to rotate for all of Saturday and Sunday. So have fun. I don't think the Rainbow Six channel is going to be going offline for more than like 30 minutes over the weekend. There's going to be a lot of shit to watch if you're interested. If you don't care about the Canadian Nationals,
which no one does,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's always fun to be able to work the event and to work the program throughout the year. But yeah, level of competition. I'd rather watch the APAC LAN.
Oh my god. On a side note, I just refreshed my my Reddit homepage, and the top fucking post says, "Why we deserve extinction."
Dear God. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Does anyone think Sam's wrong here? Because I certainly fucking don't. So yeah, we have 2 teams from our main 3 regions, and then APAC still has to sort out their shit on the weekend to decide who of the top 8 teams from Season 10 of APAC Sub-Regional Pro League will make it to Japan. And it's a mixed bag right now for the APAC LAN, and I'm sure I'm actually pretty sure I already saw a couple comments for Q&A section about it, so I'll save talking about that until Q&A.
Yeah, this is basically going to be one massive Q&A episode.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about here.
Do you still have our predictions? You wrote them down on the Excel sheet, didn't you?
Predictions. When did we do them?
Before the season started.
So we would have been in
every region.
Poland.
Yeah.
No, you would have been in Poland. I would have been back home by then.
Were you home?
I came home right after Milan.
All right, then yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find them.
I was gonna say because I know for a fact we did them. I just don't know if you have them saved or not.
I should have them saved. I have season 9 predictions.
Fuck.
I don't think I have season 10.
Did you add them to the season 9 ones?
No, I just checked. Okay, hold on. Let me check the dates on these. Okay, this was the note I wrote you on our flight back from Milan to Katowice.
What the fuck is it?
It was when we were going through extreme turbulence. Remember that flight we took back where we basically had the whole row to ourselves? I think it was yeah. So I literally wrote you a note on my phone and passed it to you. It said, "If the last thing I see before I die is you, it will be the most tragic part of this plane crashing." That was from May 20th.
Oh, that was so good. You guys have no idea how bad that turbulence was, though. Like, when I was sitting there staring at each other, and then he just, like, passes me his phone.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck? Oh, Lord.
All right. I don't have the predictions on my phone, which is weird because this is usually where I write them, and I would have been home.
I did not write them.
Let me check. Notepad, my documents. I don't fucking know. I'm searching through my goddamn computer at this point.
Fuck, dude. Somebody's gonna have to grab this for us from the podcast because I don't even know what episode it'd be on.
Yeah, I don't know.
We should probably ask Noah. He's probably like the fucking cartographer of our podcast. Like,
I mean, probably. Okay, I got some weird I gotta clean out my fucking hard drives, man.
What the fuck is in your hard drive, Flynn?
Do you remember the name of the league that I started casting for my very first league, IEG?
Yes.
I have all of my OBS like presentation saved profiles for that in the middle of my documents on my SSD for some reason still.
Very nice, dude.
That was
nothing like holding stuff from 2 years ago. Yeah.
that was 2 years ago. All right,
Yeah.
I need to sort my life out. Anyway, I have no idea where the fuck I put these predictions.
Well, fuck that. We're just going to go down the list, and we're going to tell you if something was surprising or something wasn't so surprising, okay?
Let's do that. Let's
We'll
get back on track.
We'll go bottom to top. We'll start with LATAM, because we never start with LATAM. We usually do them last, but now we'll do them first, just to make you guys wait for NA.
Let's do it.
Such a fucking asshole. Okay, so, Flynn.
Yeah.
Elevate.
No, not a surprise at all. They're garbage. If they survive relegations again, I will fucking throw a riot.
Again, just like we told you guys the last time, if you guys have been long-standing listeners, the CL scene from LATAM we know nothing about, because it's literally impossible to know anything about it.
Yeah, no one casts it. No one does stats for it. I couldn't name a single org other than Guidance in LATAM CL, and that's only because the owner of Guidance Gaming does not stay off the Pro League subreddit. That is the only reason.
All right. Well, following that up, in second to last place, MIBR. I'm going to say surprise.
Big surprise. Big surprise. They're always an online contender. And this season definitely was an outlier, but if you're an MIBR fan, if you're out there listening, I don't know why you would be, because we're an NA-centric show. But anyway, if you're an MIBR fan and for some reason you stumbled upon this, and maybe you haven't been around in the scene as long, or maybe you have,
and
you've never seen the team.
a lot of English.
Yeah, and you haven't seen the team be this bad before. The team that dominated LATAM and is in first place and locked in their first seed to Japan this season, NIP, exactly a year ago, had 0 wins in Season 8. At this point. They had 0 wins at this point, I believe. It's either 1 or 0. And now they're in first, and now they're kicking ass. So, things happen. And also, last year, at this time, when they were Immortals, they were kicking ass. And NIP looked like shit. And everyone was like, NIP is going to explode and die. Let's be honest, it's kind of an NA situation here. MIBR is not losing a best of 3 to anyone in LATAM CL. Let's just make that abundantly clear. That's not happening. They're staying around for next season. They're not going anywhere. Will there be roster changes? That's what fixed NIP, so I don't know if this is what fixes MIBR. I don't really know where the team went this season. It seemed like they got off to a bad start, and then the bad start didn't stop.
Exactly.
They sucked a lot of ass.
Yeah, like you got used to casting them obviously last PL season for season 9. I casted them extremely recently, and things just still seem to be in pieces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were nothing comparative to even how we casted them at LAN for Milan, Flynn. I was like, okay, this is definitely a very worse.
And they didn't even look good there against EG.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. The MIBR squad right now would lose to themselves from Season 9, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it needs to be a roster move or what have you, but just don't pick up Gohan. We'll get to that here in a bit. But
yeah, we'll get there.
Anyways, INTZ. I'll say Zed just to be nice. I kind of like halfway. I kind of like halfway committed.
You went Zed instead of Zed, but you know what?
Yeah, I like halfway committed. Anyways, INTZ. I'm gonna say not surprising at all.
I'm gonna go big surprise. Simply just because I thought the core was good enough that if you added VNX to it, they should have been in the top half. I have a lot of faith in this team picking up VNX and propelling themselves a lot further this season. Again, another one of those cases where they got off to a really rocky start and then it kind of never really fixed itself. I still had a lot of faith in them turning things around later on, and midway point of the season they were hanging around the 4, 5, 6 spots, bouncing up and down depending on results. But I would say it's a shock for me, just because of how good VNX was on fucking Elevate last season when they were known as Red Devils. That dude had some of the best stats in all of LATAM Pro League on a team that couldn't buy a win. I don't know, that dude really cooled off, and the whole team cooled off with him. And it's not like the core of INS is all that spectacular. It's not like a situation where like you have EG and you plug in Mo and all of a sudden it's one crazy player being added to 4 other crazy players. It was VNX supposed to elevate everyone around him, and that's a tough task. But at the same time, we've seen situations like that happen before, so I had faith in the core of Ints to not suck as bad as they did, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They looked, on paper, competent enough to not suck and let VNX run around and have fun. And it turns out they suck a little bit more than I thought. So that's why I think they're a shock to me being that low. I thought they'd finish, 3, 4, or 5.
I thought you guys would suck
less,
just a little bit less than you did.
Yeah, exactly.
So that you could let the player that is actually good at the game do his job.
Exactly.
That is such a good take. It's ridiculous.
I had faith in them to be able to just give them a support structure, and guess what? I was wrong. But I was wrong about a lot of shit this season. So goes to show you, you can try all you want. You can throw as many darts at a board as you want. Not everything's gonna hit.
That's true. So, following in the 5th spot, we're gonna have Black Dragons, and I'm gonna say, not a surprise. They're in the same exact fucking boat last season.
Yeah, not a big shock. The roster moves they made looked good on paper, but not spectacular. And that kind of translated to their play. They were fairly average all season. They got the wins against the shit teams. They lost against the good teams. They were your typical middle-of-the-road team. And that's LATAM for you. They're like, statistically, they're the best of the rest, which is saying something in LATAM. But honestly, I thought if anyone was going to be the best of the rest in LATAM, it was going to be Team 1. I expected MIBR to have a better season, and I thought Ints would be better. I think if I redid my predictions right now, I would have had Team 1 in 5th, and then Black Dragons in 7th, MIBR in the top 4 somewhere with the rest, and then Black Dragons at 6 or 7, maybe Ints a little bit higher, right? Things didn't veer too far off track of what a lot of people were expecting to happen, but Black Dragons, I don't know. They failed to impress and they failed to disappoint. They were just there.
All right. Well, again, LATAM is the league. The league, Jesus. The region I know the least about comparative to all the others. I know the top teams, obviously. I know MIBR, no Liquid, no Team 1, no FaZe, no Ninja. That's about it. Everyone else, complete mysteries to me. I know that Elevate, former Red Devils, is fucking garbage. That's
bad.
What I know. You know what I mean? I know the general aspects of LATAM, but the Black Dragons roster, especially since the org has switched to so many rosters in general.
Yeah, it's always tough keeping track of which roster is Black Dragons this season. They always hang around. They're the org that'll never die. I don't think they'll ever not have a LATAM Pro League team.
Okay, so next up, Team Liquid. And I am going to say surprise.
I'm going to go not.
In 4th?
Not a surprise.
I'd say 3rd. That's what I would have pegged them at.
You want to hear the hottest take of 2019 since the prophecy?
Not again fun. What?
They plateaued Season 7. They won the fucking thing in Atlantic City, and they haven't done a goddamn thing of magnitude since. DreamHack Montreal was probably the bright spot of 2019 for them. And they lost. They
got first in R6BR.
Oh, BR6?
In 2019. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. BR6 is their number one spot.
They got 3rd at the Ally Minor. They also got 3rd for
Allied was weird
season.
though. Secret won it.
Secret didn't win it. What the fuck you? Oh, you mean Secret? I mean, excuse me. For some reason, I was fucking switching my brain to Chaos for some reason.
Oh no, yeah, Secret won Allied, and Team 1 went on a crazy run, and fucking Chaos looked good. It was a weird event. Dark Zero went 0-3.
I didn't know this. Did you know in fucking October of last year, Team 1 beat Liquid in the OGA pit?
No,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's
That's fucking
fascinating.
crazy.
The weird rabbit holes you can go down on Liquipedia. By the way, we get these questions a lot, and we see these questions a lot on fucking the Pro League subreddit. Where do I go to find scores? Where do I go to find standings? How do people know things from games and look up stuff? Liquipedia is your best fucking friend if you have never been on Liquipedia before. It is, okay, the word liquid without a D and the word Wikipedia without a wiki. You understand that? Liquipedia.net. Go to Rainbow Six, and you're probably going to sit there, if you're a nerd like us, you're probably going to sit there going through everything for like 10 hours straight. Just throw on some music and just start reminiscing.
Oh, it's good stuff, dude. You go back, watch your favorite games, you're going to start remembering score lines. Sooner or later, you're going to be like Uzumaki, who can't shut the fuck up about score lines from 2 years ago. God bless. It's going to be so good.
Just, if you don't know what we're talking about and what our resource is, just head to Liquipedia and fucking just bask in the glory that is this. By the way, volunteer-run website.
Thank you. Tell them about
volunteer-run website. If you would like to volunteer some time and add pages to Liquipedia, donate your time.
Somebody get permissions and change Flynn and I's pictures because we fucking hate them.
Oh yeah, our Liquipedia pictures are trash. Holy
They're
God.
Fucking garbage.
They're bad.
My DreamHack one, my hair looks like a mop.
Dude, my hair looks awful in mine. Go look at mine right now. Go look at mine.
I'm doing it.
Go look at mine. It's awful. It's fucking awful.
Looking left because my dad was never right.
I hate my Liquipedia. I don't know why they changed it. Like, the other one was fine. From Montreal last year?
Oh, I wish you were looking to the right so I could say I'm looking right because my dad left.
You can just mirror it, and I can take it, like, flip it in Photoshop and send it to you if you want. And you can post that as a tweet.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let me do that right now on the podcast.
that's like halfway, like, this is a shot out of left field. Everyone's gonna be like, holy fuck. So yeah. It's like,
where is Shrug? There's Shrug. There's me. There's the picture. Give me the picture. All right. But yeah, Liquid peaked at Atlantic City, and they just have never really looked like a championship team since then.
I would have to argue the fact that as of late, they've looked a lot better. So I would say that they comparative to when they won the whole thing, I would say that, yes, they had absolutely plateaued there due to the fact that they have not reached a point to where they have placed first at a LAN like that. I would completely agree with you, and that's pretty easy to spot in their Liquipedia. I would say, though, on the secondary note, that they are definitely getting better from where they were at their lowest point, which would be like 6 Invitational of this year. Even though they made main stage, which they fucking never should have because they were dog shit, just like Mocket. Mocket was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I feel like they're definitely getting better from where their lowest point were. They're not on rock bottom. By the way, there's also a photo of you in your gallery, the one that you actually like, of you like staring at the camera.
Yeah, that's from Montreal last year. That's actually like not a bad picture.
Wow, dude, that's actually when you were like happy.
Oh, I've never been happy. Don't fucking fool yourself. Oh, I thought this was going to be a 1080p picture. It's a weird resolution. Hold on. I have to fix this in Photoshop. What?
I can tell that you ironed that shirt you're wearing in this picture in your hotel room as well as your fucking cat rolled in it.
Yes. Both of those things are true. Nothing you said is a lie.
I literally zoomed in on it, dude. Like, you can't see it when you're like looking at a main thing, but you zoom in, I can see all of the cat hair, dude.
Yeah. Nothing you said is a lie.
So
my cats are assholes, and yeah, I ironed it in my fucking hotel room. Oh, where is the fucking... Oh, it won't let me change it? Hold on. I can do this. I can do this while talking. Keep going. There we go. I got it. No, I didn't want to flip it vertically. Fuck. Why aren't you talking? Phil! Phil! You're just not talking at all? Okay.
Oh, you wanted me to talk. My bad.
Are you good?
I'm just fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I promise. I promise. We'll continue on down the line, though. So that's Team Liquid. They finished up in 4th. I would say that it was a mediocre year overall. I think a lot of people expect more out of this roster. I mean, for God fucking sake. I mean, it's Nest, PSK, Sexy Cake, Paula, and Moringa, dude. I mean, like, what else could you fucking want from a roster? You know what I mean?
My computer just made
but
big noises.
shut the fuck up, Flynn. Anyways, the next person is Team One Esports, who finished in 3rd. I'm gonna say that's a big fucking surprise.
Yeah.
Even though we saw them perform very well at Vegas, I didn't think that they were going to do so well inside of LATAM so early on. This roster is insane. If you guys ever watch them and then have not watched them before, pay attention to Lukid. Lukid is a fucking monster on that roster.
All right, I sent you the picture.
It looks even more fucked up because your hair is all fucking ass backwards.
I know.
I think I'm just gonna save this in my personal fucking photo vault here.
Okay. Yeah, Team
Save
One.
the gallery.
Big surprise for me. I still have doubts for that team, but I think they're definitely better than I thought. And I don't know, maybe it's time for me to start capitulating and calling them the real deal. I don't know. I'm old. I'm stuck in my ways. I'm an old crotchety hockey fan that believes that teams don't change for years. So I don't know. Maybe I need to come around. Maybe I need to change my views, all that shit. But
you say that when we get to your CL team subject in a couple of minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm about to go the fuck off.
Hold on. Anyways, so Team One. All right.
Big shock. Big improvement.
Into FaZe Clan. Second, I would say expected.
Yeah, expected.
I would also follow suit with that for Ninjas in Pajamas.
I would say shock for how good they were throughout the season for NIP.
I would say that. They went 3-1-1. I mean, excuse me. They went 10-3-1.
Yeah.
So, yes, I would agree. I would assume that they would have had some more losses. But, I mean, even the round differential is fucking nuts. They had a round differential of 36. I think that's the highest in the entire fucking world. Let me see. Check APAC.
Check. APAC probably throws that out of the water.
Okay, so they're the second most in the entire world. Guess who has the most?
Fnatic. No, they sucked. Cloud9.
Cyclops. 11-3-0.
I knew it was gonna be fucking
Cyclops is on the come up,
dude. Yeah, I said I would take Cyclops out of the other side of the bracket last week when we did predictions for the APAC LAN.
Yeah, know these names, guys. Know these names because they're fucking lighting up the world right now. It's Shoki, Anton, Black Ray, Suzuk, and Gadorada. Suzuk is like the fucking best name, dude. That is a goated name, 100%.
I think they were pronouncing it differently in Raleigh, but all right.
Probably, I mean, I don't know.
You are the king of fucking up pronunciations.
Yeah, especially from fucking Asia, dude. I have no idea. You'll know it for sure this weekend.
Hey, just don't say they all look the same again, all right?
Dude, I meant the fucking names, you bitch. I hate you so much.
If anyone doesn't know what that's from.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know what that's from. So Flynn and I had to cast a game where we were both tired as shit. It was Penta versus Noarango. And Flynn and I had a really good time. But at one point in time, Flynn and I were trying to figure out whose name was whose in the roster. And we was like, well, what's this? And I was like, I don't know, dude. They all look the same. And we were talking about the names, but the fucking Noarango players were up on the screen. And we weren't. So
everyone was like, a bench of 5 Asian people. And Sam said they all look the same.
Yep. Yeah, you guys can see that. It was not good.
I loved how fucking just terrified Carrie looked when she came over and talked to you about it. That was hilarious.
Yeah, and then
then you explain it. It's like, oh, that's better. It's better. Yeah. It's not great, but it's better.
So if you guys don't know how the desk sets up, we'll give you some behind the scenes kind of. So you have the main desk that you guys see. Well, for the Pro League desk, it actually dips in, and there's 3 monitors there. But for the USN desk, you have your own personal one, and then there's a monitor that sits way out in front of us. It's a TV. Pro League also has this, but they have the 3 monitors set up. At the USN desk, you just have one for your personal because it's a huge fucking desk, as Flynn knows because he's seen it. So the regular desks that we have at LAN, yeah, he did. So the regular desks that we have at LAN have a 3 monitor setup. And what a 3 monitor setup is you have the 2 outlying monitors that both run your overall production. So whatever the stream sees is what those monitors see. So it has the overlays, if they pop up stats, the little CGG things. If any of that stuff happens, then we see it on those monitors. Well, we have a clean feed monitor in the center where it's just the game. So Flynn and I are both staring at the clean feed monitor that's in the very center. So when they transition overlays and all that kind of shit, it doesn't happen to the center monitor. All we see is game. So Flynn and I are trying to figure out these fucking names, just staring at them. And that's when I said, dude, I don't know. They just all look the same.
Yep.
And then Flynn just started giggling because he realized what was on the other monitors.
I was like, no, you did not just.
And then I looked right and I was like, fuck.
Fuck. Exactly.
So that's how that happened. There you go. Little insider thing. Make sure you're aware of what's going on throughout the stream and not just what's on the clean feed monitor.
Exactly. We've all made mistakes. Casting is by no means a perfect art. But yeah, NIP, I don't know. I was just impressed with how good they did, especially with roster moves. And I guess we're talking about NIP. Let's talk about Gohan. He got fucking benched! Lamau! One game. What a fucking joke.
Lamau XD.
All right, that makes me smile. If everyone's wondering why we're laughing, so he was just toxic. He was just an abrasive, toxic little fuck ass in Montreal for the Six Invitational. And
yeah, and I also just on the secondary note, the reason that I'm just laughing straight to the bank with it, dude, is honestly because of the amount of people that were like, well, Canadian was toxic too. And it's like, no, the fuck he wasn't. That's
very different. Very different.
Yeah, grow a fucking brain, please. Jesus Christ.
Very different situation.
Anyways.
Yeah, but he got dropped.
So Gohan got dropped.
Yep.
It's comical. So there you go.
You know, all I said was that fucking Pino just needed a confidence boost. Well, I guess he got it. Guess he got it.
Yes, indeed, sir. All right, so let's continue on down the line. That is LATAM. In case you guys want a quick recap of that, from first to last, it was Ninjas in Pajamas in first, Space in second, Team 1 in third, Team Liquid in fourth, Black Dragons in fifth, INTZ in sixth, MIBR in seventh, and then finally, rounding out the bottom of LATAM, it's Elevate with 4 points at eighth. So we move on to Europe, which was actually one of the most surprising fucking regions. I can guarantee you, if we do go back and find those predictions, Flynn and I were both fucking wrong. So,
very wrong. Very
first
wrong.
Things first, Sisu Esports.
Okay, I was shocked. I don't think there's many other people in the world who were shocked, but I was shocked. I thought Sisu was going to be a lot better this season. They finished the season with 0 fucking wins, 2 points. 2
draws and 12 losses.
They got their shit kicked in, and it wasn't really close, and that disappoints me.
Hold on.
What am I holding on for, Samuel?
All right, so they're not the worst inside of round differential. The worst in the entire world is Father's Back at -48.
Dear fucking Lord.
But they're -40, so.
Yeah, Sisu just had not a fun season, dude. Just not a fun season. They had some really, really fun and competitive and entertaining games to end the season. They come back from the break. Obviously, they weren't participating in Raleigh. They didn't go to DreamHack Montreal. So they had from the end of the first split until the beginning, which was nearly 2 solid months, 2.5 months almost. And they come back with a 7-5 loss to the Giants. Okay. You made them go 12 rounds on a map that they're pretty strong on. You know, things are looking good. This is better. This is Yonatira Movitau's debut in Pro League, right? You follow that up with a 7-5 loss to Navi. Okay, again, so close, so fucking close. You move on to a 6-6 tie against fucking Empire. Yeah, Empire had been slipping lately, but come on, man. You got your second point of the season, and things again. You're going 12 rounds with all the Giants in EU. You follow it up with a 7-5 loss to G2, and at that point, it's gotta fucking sting, because holy shit, you just went against the 4 best EU Pro League teams back to back to back to back, and you went 12 rounds. You went the distance with all of them. And of a possible 12 motherfucking points, you came away with 1. That sucks. Then 7-5 lost to Penta. That's a game you probably should have had. Another close one that it hurts to swallow. 7-4 lost to Chaos. Again, that's the game to keep you out of relegations. And then at the end of the season, you already know you're an 8th. Throw in the fucking towel. Vitality can't move anywhere. Just give them the dub. 7-1 loss. So it's such a tragic and heartbreaking end of the season, and probably the end of this team. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they're not getting an org.
I don't think they stay together for CL. I think maybe you stay together for season 11 of Challenger League just to try and get an org for Challenger League and steal a couple checks and bounce. Like, I hate to be so fucking glim about it, but Jesus, man. This team has hung around for so fucking long. And there's only one original member left on the team in Bonesy. Jonas came back. Shate came back. But, like, they've left and done their own things for a while. Bonesy's the only guy who's been there day in, day out. And it's kind of sad to see him go. But in any conceivable universe, and the first thing I think of is the Doctor Strange quote from Infinity War. I've run it 14 whatever million times, and there's one instance in which Sisu wins a relegation game. They have to go against the first place team, too.
They don't win that.
They don't win that. They don't win that.
Is it BDS or is it Fours?
I think BDS and Fours, they might be tied right now. I have to go check. EU Challenger.
You check that. You check.
They're tied. Currently, Fours is up in round differential, and I don't think they've played each other yet.
Yeah. All right. Let's sidebar that for a second because there's some stuff I want to talk about with that as well. Up next we have Penta Sports, which this is not surprising to me at all.
No, Penta as well. Team that's been around for a long time, gone through a lot of org changes, Jesus. But at the end of the day, it seems like another situation where we're going to be losing them. Again, I don't think there's any conceivable universe other than that 1 in 14 million shot that they win the relegation game. They will have the, I don't even know if you can call it an advantage, man. It's BDS or Fours. Those are the two teams you're playing. Good luck, man. Jesus.
Pick your poison.
Fucking Christ.
Pick your fucking poison.
Yeah. You're going down.
Those two teams are not losing.
No, you're going down. And for Penta, I think they might stick it out. I think they might stick together. I know they went through the whole ordeal with Jess and then Sir Boss and all this shit that happened throughout the season. And Janix coming in helped. Honestly, they looked better. It just wasn't enough. I think the team needs to shake up a lot of what they're doing and get back to probably more of their aggressive ways. I think they lost a lot of their bite with their bark this season. They used to be a team that was never really near the top end of EU, but they could surprise. They could flip you on a dime. They bring out, pocket strats with fucking Ying flying through armory wall and all this shit. Like, they had, I don't know, they just looked like they had more energy, more motivation, they played a little more desperation all the time. And
a lot of the roster's fallen off.
It has. I still think they're capable of competing in Challenger League next season as a team. But for Penta, I think it's you got a while until CL Season 11 starts. So you just kind of chill out and rework everything, honestly. Everyone take a bit of a break, mental check out for a while, go take a vacation for fuck's sake, and come back ready to grind. I don't think Penta's going anywhere, but I think Sisu is exploding when they get relegated. So
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Sisu sticks it out unless they're just there to steal a check.
From who?
That's the thing. You got to convince someone to give you money, and that's a difficult thing to do when you post 0 wins on a season.
Yep. All right. So Following up, I'm going to go with Chaos, who finished off in 6th, and I'm going to say surprise.
Definitely a surprise. Jesus. Fuck, was this team bad this season?
Yeah, makes no sense either. It's a very scary thing. Now they're benching players and moving people around after a couple of extremely successful lands. And now we're saying goodbye to people. So the remaining of the roster, in case you guys are wondering, is Renewal, Secretly, Red Groove, and Vito. It's not Vitaline anymore. It's Vito. He changed his name. So I can't remember who the fuck they dropped. Why am I blanking on this? Crips. Thank you. Appreciate it. Anyways, so they dropped Crips. Kept the remaining 4. We don't know who the 5th is yet. I'm sure we'll know further off into the season. But they kept their Pro League spot. That's all they really were worried about. Now they can try and reassess the situation because they have a long time. They have a month and a half before Pro League starts up again. So got to go through relegations and Pro League finals and everything else.
The 5th is next one. That's his name. He was playing in the last few games.
Oh, I remember him now. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just didn't watch any. I didn't watch any of KS's games.
Not really games worth watching. Tell you that much. Yeah. I wish I could get those 4 hours of my life back. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They just were so limp. Like that last game, that was fucking cool. Or not the last game. When they beat Empire. So played at 12. That was the game on Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, game on Coast. That game was fucking awesome. Last 2 games, Sisu and Navi games, like Navi game was okay. It meant something. But yeah. I wish I could get my time back from watching them just kind of fuck it. Coming back from the break.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vitality.
Let's keep her rolling. And just to preface this, guys, this is how close the points were for the top 5 of the U. 25, 25, 26, 29, 30. So by no means did Vitality do bad at all.
No.
So I would say expected.
I'm going to go complete shock.
Really? You thought Vitality was going to fucking just be a dumpster fire?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Vitality was literally going to be the worst team in Pro League.
Oh, all right.
I was very wrong. But I thought they were going to be trash. I thought they were going to be trash, bro.
I would say, like, if I had to go back and do this all over again, I probably had them at, like, 7th. So I would have to go with shock as well. The pickup of Stiggy really fucking helped out.
That changed everything. Stiggy was the difference maker on the team. Without him being able to entry like that.
Brid coming back, like...
True, that man was dead for a while.
He was dead to the fucking world, and then all of a sudden it started lighting up the fucking world again. So, all right, I think that's really it about Vitality. I mean, they're fucking lighting the world on fire. So, next one up, Team Empire finishing in 4th place at 25 points. Absolute shock.
Yeah, I'd say shock. I think this is a little bit of repeating last year, where we saw G2 start to fall off and not really give a shit about online Pro League. And I think Empire not necessarily doesn't care. I think, like I said the last couple shows, I think they're just fucking tired. I think it has been a long year for them, and they're ready to kind of wind it down and, again, take a mental fucking break. Just check out, take a vacation. You got a month and a half to do whatever the fuck you want. Just, I don't know. I can't imagine grinding the way they have for the last fucking 16 months straight. Nice. I can't imagine just going through the fucking meat grinder the way they have, for the amount of time they have, and never taking a break thus far. So I don't know. I think teams are starting to become a little wiser to the Empire strategy and the lack thereof of secondary and tertiary strategies. They kind of have one mode, and it's go, and they go and they go and they go. But I don't think this is an indication of them falling off by any means. I think this is just them taking the opportunity to fuck around and just kind of mix things up and get a breath of fresh air and just kind of relax.
Yeah, I agree. So I checked in with our local cartographer, checked in with him. We never did rankings. So we talked about how they were going to play, but we never did any rankings for them.
We didn't do
We
predictions?
did predictions for every single LAN, but we did not do them for Pro League.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the B Leaguers podcast has been brought to you by the Koyo Store. We're fucking idiots. We
And
need to
that's
put
why
that
you
on the
listen.
shirt. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have put. I was gonna say I probably would have had them on my phone if we had done them. But yeah, definitely would have put Vitality lower. Definitely would have put Empire in first. Just
Yeah, all right.
just a weird
Well,
end of the season. The beginning of the season
yeah.
made sense. The end of the season did not.
All right, well, jumping into the next one. It's G2 Esports finishing in third at 26 points. And personally, I would say almost expected. They tried to make a run at the end. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about Pro League. When you don't try early on, then soon go, oh, wait, fuck, we didn't win that. We need access to. Oh, wait, we can't because we're too far out gone and we need a million things to happen. That's what happened to G2. Lazy early on, tried to pick things up at the end. Procrastination got to them, and it ended up biting them in the ass. Uno and everyone else played lights out at the end of the season. Early in the season, they were slumped. They really didn't do anything at all, and that's your own fucking fault. I'm sorry. Joss, everyone over at the G2 organization, you guys just need to collectively pull your fucking brains together and realize that you're not going to win everything. I understand you guys are one of the greatest teams in the fucking world right now. You are. You work the hardest. You try the fucking hardest. Like, you guys do amazing things and have presented us some of the best siege that we have ever seen inside of this game ever. But you got caught with your pants down, man. You got caught fucking sleeping, and that's what's going to happen. So wake the fuck up. Don't let it happen next Pro League season, because that's a little ridiculous.
I think the run they went on the end to nearly fulfill the prophecy was pretty fucking entertaining. But you're right. They came out of the gate way too slow. Just the same kind of problems they were having in Season 9. I don't know. It's one of those storyline things that I talk about. Why is it fine? And I think we're getting to a point now where it's not fine that TSM isn't a BO1 team. But I don't know. I always draw that comparison because it's interesting to me how the fans and how we as casters kind of frame that. How, one team can just be a BO3 team and it's fine, and then G2 on the other hand, well, they're just expected to win everything no matter the format.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
it's just I don't think it's wrong or right on either side. I find it interesting.
Yeah. To kind of piggyback off of that, I think the interesting thing with G2 is that people only expect them to win because they are the greatest team to ever touch Siege, which is, perfectly applicable because of how many majors they've won, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, there's no denying that.
The thing for me, for G2 in particular, is that it's not that you aren't capable because you fucking did it at the end. It's not TSM where they literally just can't buy a win. G2 can win if they fucking want to. That's the difference. They proved it. No one else just started playing bad so G2 could win.
Nope. They started playing
G2
better.
just wanted to win.
Yep.
That's the difference of actually wanting it. That's the fucking difference. When you want something to happen, when you need that fucking shit to happen, you will try everything to make it happen. And that's what we saw from G2 at the tail end. They just didn't give a fuck at the beginning. They did not give a fuck. And you cannot tell me, fucking Shoss could come out and be like, yeah, I heard what Soak said on the podcast. To my eyes, man, you guys were not showing a sign of life. You look like a dead fucking corpse. You could put 5 fucking people in there from the fucking worst league, from ESA, and just been like, here you go, kids. And that's what the shit looked like. There was no cohesion inside of the team play at the beginning of the season. And that is fucking fact. You can go watch it. Go watch some of their earlier games, especially their losses, and then go watch the last couple of games that they played in Pro League when their life was still on the line. Look at the difference. That's a difference in play, and that is why I'm calling them lazy at that point. I understand that it's a grind, and I'm sorry for that shit. The shit gets difficult in and out every single fucking day. I did that shit for a fucking year. Wasn't nearly as good at the video game as you were, but I understand what going through fucking scrims and practicing and watching VOD of other teams and all that kind of shit. I understand that struggle. It's a fucking difficult thing. It's extremely, extremely annoying because all you want to do is be doing something else. You just want to play the video game. You just want to go do other things. But it's the things that are required to do what you want to do. And what you want to do is be the fucking best of the best at fucking Rainbow Six Siege. And I know that because you guys continue to grind towards that. You just can't get caught with your pants down again. Whether it's streamlined or what have you, you guys have to figure out a way to get around this to just, do good, man. Because right now,
Just
you
do
guys
good,
aren't
forehead.
well, I mean, they're not even upholding the promise to themselves, dude. Think about that. They're not. Like, Fabian claims that he's the fucking best player in the fucking world. And we all know it's a joke. We get it. It's a meme. You know what I mean? But what isn't a meme is that G2 is the fucking best team in the world that has ever played this game. That's you can't argue it. They have more trophies in the case than Empire. They have more LAN wins than anyone. Anyone. And is relatively speaking the same roster. They've had quite a few adjustments across the line, but all of them have been positives. Nothing's been like somebody got deathly ill and they had to pick up somebody. It's all been positive moves every single time. And you finally ran into one that you kind of stumbled on. It's fine. It's fine. It happens. Again, no one can be perfect. Not even the best team in the world can be perfect. Just this time around, you got fucked by it. So, going into the next Pro League season, just don't fuck it. That's all I'm going to say.
My thing is, there's a lot of cliches out there in sports.
Yeah, there is. Plenty.
The reason that a lot of these things are cliches is not because they get perpetuated, but because they are simply true.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest cliches in all of sports is it's hard to get on top. It's 1,000 times harder to stay there. And I think G2 is having trouble staying there. I think there's finally enough competition around them right now that they are not invulnerable. They are beatable. Empire showed that in Raleigh. Pro League Season 9. Pro League Season 10. DreamHack Montreal. I can go down the list. They have losses on the record. They are not flawless. They're not infallible. And I think historically, yeah, there's no denying it that they are the best team to ever touch Siege. But I think we're coming into a new era where G2 still has to fight for it. Kind of like they did in year 2. In the beginning of year 2, anyway. The end of year 2, not so much. But I don't think G2 is currently the best team in the world. And I think we're in a weird era right now where we don't have a de facto current best team in the world.
No, G2 is just the best to ever do it.
Exactly. To ever
It's kind of like looking at Counter-Strike and going, who's the best team to ever do it? Argumentatively, it's Liquid, but if you really want to put it on like just best to ever do it, it's Astralis. Astralis is the best team to ever play Counter-Strike ever, of all time.
But what about right now? Is it Astralis?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it Liquid?
Is
it EG?
It's really weird. Liquid, like,
it's all over the
off
place.
A little bit. Yeah. It's back to that really, really weird time. But I mean,
same thing in Siege right now.
I really feel like it's this. Actually, to make an even better Counter-Strike comparison, I feel like it's the Ninjas in Pajamas era from Counter-Strike. That was the G2 era. Because they went, if you don't know this, Flynn, because I don't know how much you followed Counter-Strike. Okay, so Ninjas in Pajamas had an 87 in a row
83.
win streak. Was it 83? Okay. I couldn't remember the exact. I know it was in the 80s. 83 in a row game win streak. And that was all of their LAN matches. They just never dropped a fucking map. 83 maps in a row they won. That's some G2 shit from their time of being the fucking king dingling of Siege. That's when Ninjas in Pajamas was just fucking unstoppable. Unstoppable for like a year and a half, 2 years. Just you could not beat that team. They were the fucking best. Didn't matter. And then people soon catch up. And now Ninjas in Pajamas is a roster of just basically retirees. We've had people that have played fucking Counter-Strike for 20 years. Get right, just retired. You know what I mean? Like, it's a difficult thing, man. So, people are eventually going to catch up. You cannot always be the best. There's always somebody that's either going to challenge you or are going to pass you up. because that's just how things go, baby. Every single time that somebody comes in, they have a different idea and just continue to get better and better and better.
And I think that's what's happening with G2 right now. I think they are being challenged. And for them, honestly, they just got to look forward to qualifying for SI, which is still an uphill battle for them right now. It's going to have to be through Croatia for OGA, or it's going to have to be through online quals. Those are your last opportunities. And if they don't qualify for the 6th Invitational, they have no one to blame but themselves. Their first half performance for Season 10 put them in too deep of a hole. And they choked a 5-0 lead against Na'Vi. Individual games, not as big or as important as the big picture here, but you know what I mean. For G2, they got nothing to blame but themselves if they don't make it to the Invitational. And an Invitational without G2 is a disappointment. I do not want to see a world in which G2 is not competing for that fucking hammer. That now has their fucking name engraved on it, as you guys saw from the promotional trailer for the tickets. And if you hadn't seen that trailer, go watch it, and then watch it again, and then watch it again, because it's fucking awesome. I told you it was going to be dope.
Yeah.
All right, Giants, expected.
Yeah, Giants expected. They're a really, really good online team. They've just been worse for wear when it comes to LAN, and they're starting to improve on that. I'm happy about that. I hope they continue to improve because I think this roster, especially Aces, really has something to prove. And until they actually have a LAN win, it doesn't fucking matter. So everything in the world can be going great. You can be one of the best teams argumentatively inside of Siege. But until you have something to actually, hold physically and go, this is what we accomplished, this is what the entire grind was for, all of it means fucking nothing. That's as traditional sports gets right there. I'm sorry. But you can literally sit down and tell me this is the greatest quarterback of all time. Does he have a ring?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then no, he's not. Sorry. Eli Manning has a fucking ring. Okay. Any quarterback can get a fucking ring.
Eli have 3?
Eli I think he has 2. Hold on.
2 or 3.
Eli Manning.
That's the thing, though, right? Manning was not, or Eli was not the greatest. But he got a couple rings because the team was pretty fucking stacked around him. And that's just the New York budget. But anyway, we're getting really off track here. Na'Vi, pretty big surprise for me. I did not think they were going to be this fucking good. Especially with the roster change, with Doki being banned.
2. I was correct, by the way. 2. He has 2 rings.
Oh my god, you did not need to insert your microphone into your anus to prove your point.
It's not. It's in front of my face.
Okay, well, you'll hear it. You'll hear it on the podcast if you ever go back and listen to it. I don't. You just swallowed it or something.
It was okay.
It went,
oh, what the hell? I don't know, dude. It's not. It's a headset. It's on my head. It's not an ass set.
Well, it would be doing better work up your ass than in front of your mouth at this point.
I don't know. I don't know if you want to hear my bowels work, friend.
It's better than the shit you're spewing out of your mouth.
Probably, honestly.
But yeah, Na'Vi, complete shock to me. I did not think that they would, A, make it to Japan, B, survive the Doki ban.
Oh, C, we're on Na'Vi. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. C, finish higher than the Giants, G2, and Empire. Or D, immediately be one of the first teams qualified to the Invitational. They proved me incredibly wrong, and I'm pretty hyped because Na'Vi's a pretty goddamn banging team. They just got to deal with no Doki for 6 months. And if anyone missed the announcement from Na'Vi, they publicly stated that they will be keeping Doki on their roster on the bench, basically, while he's banned for the next 6 months. So he's not going anywhere.
Good for him. But I'll actually use this to drive one of our earlier points home as well.
Sure.
So huge shock that Na'Vi were in first. Huge shock. Even at the split, huge shock that Na'Vi are in first place. But 10-0-4. did a very good job, didn't have any draws. So no draws. If you guys are a big fan of no draws, then you're going to be a fan of Navi. But the main thing is, what is the difference between Natus Vincere and the 3 teams underneath them, Flynn? The difference is that Natus Vincere, when they came into Pro League, had something to prove, and they had a drive, and they finished in first place. That is the difference between every other fucking team in this list.
Play hungry.
And Natus Vincere.
Play like you fucking want it.
And play like you fucking want it. Doesn't matter what your scoreline is. Absolutely not. Is there a W next to your name? Yes, there is. That's all I care about. And that's how Natus Vincere plays, and I fucking love it. They're going to be very scary. Very, very scary at Japan.
Yep.
If they had Doki,
1000%.
they'd be even more terrifying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Pie's been okay. He had a bad game there, but for the most part...
he's learning. This is the highest level of comp the man's ever played, so...
Highest level of comp he can play. It's the only level of comp he's ever played.
Is it really?
He's never been in CL as far as I'm aware.
I thought he played competitive.
I think
they just fucking picked this man up off the street. I only knew who the fuck he was because his fucking at's in Meg's bio.
I think he played UK Premiership with either the Navi team back when they were M&M or maybe with I don't fucking know. I don't follow UK Premiership, but I think he's played comp before. But to my recollection, he's never played a game in Challenger League before, and I will go check his Wikipedia page to double check that. Premiership, and he played in the online qualifiers for Allied. But yes, he's only ever played Prem, Benelux, and Pro League. He has never played a game in Challenger League.
Fuck the system, dude. Yeah, but that is the main difference, guys. Like, again, G2 and Empire, both amazing teams, and we have seen some of the greatest matchups between these teams that could go down in the top 10 of historic matchups inside of Siege. But the difference between them and Natus Vincere is that Navi was hungry in online play. The other two are just hungry when it's in person. When it's LAN, that's all the fuck they want is that trophy. But in order to get to the LAN, you got to perform online. That's where the rubber meets the road. So Navi, fucking lights out, Doki. Hopefully, hashtag free Doki. Get on band soon, friend. Hopefully you continue to stream and for my entertainment. I appreciate it. The Navi guys are so fucking nice, boys. I'm just letting all y'all know. Like,
yes,
there's we always tell you guys that we've never met pro players that are mean, but there's pro players that Flynn and I know a lot better, obviously, than other pro players. And Navi is one of those teams that, even from the jump, it just seemed like they were just old fucking friends. Like there was no oh, hi, you're Stokes. I'm Doki. Very nice to meet you. I must go play my game. That there's none of some weird shit that we're going on. You know what I mean? Yep. Navi is a really, really laid back team. Same as the Giants. G2 is hilarious. Fabian's really funny. Pengu gives him a ton of shit and it makes me laugh. I think I told that story on here about me saying hello to Fabian for the first time, but it was actually the second time at Raleigh, didn't I?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll tell that real quick. So,
okay.
I walked into the G2 practice area downstairs in Raleigh.
Yeah.
And I was talking to everybody, talking to Kanto and all that. Kanto and I were talking back and forth about something I can't remember exactly. Then Fabian
was there for this.
Yeah, and then Fabian looked up and looked at me. And I was like, Fabian, nice to finally meet you. I'm Stokes. And he goes, we've met before. And I was like, oh, my bad. I just didn't remember that. Apologies. I didn't think that we shook hands at SI or anything. And he was like, yeah, we did. How could you forget meeting the greatest player of all time? And I looked him dead in his eyes and I was like, so do I give Fabian shit when I really don't know Fabian? And of course, Flynn's in the room, like Flynn said. And in the back of my head, I'm like, Flynn's in here. I can't be a little bitch and just let Fabian give me shit and not say anything.
I wasn't even paying attention to this.
No. I literally just went, no, I think the best player's sitting over there. I pointed at Pengu and he goes, oh, man of culture. Fucking great, dude. Fucking great. Those guys are awesome. They're a lot of fun. So. All right, on to North America. Let's fucking roll through this shit. All right. Susquehanna Sonics, not a surprise.
No shock.
All right, let's move on from that.
Yep.
Rogue.
Bit of a shock. You can see the trend from last season. You can see the trend from their LAN performances. Something's not right. I don't think there's a world in which Rise or Obey beat them in a best of 3. Maybe Rise if they fall to second, like if the season ends with Rise in second and Obey in first.
Yeah, but the person that was making them super scary, A Factor, is now gone. So
I mean, Rise has looked really fucking good, dude. I'm not even joking when I say they look like the best team in Challenger League right now. Like, we got our dub and we got our tie against them, and I wish we would have got the full 6 points out of them, because holy fuck, they look scary right now. I'm not even fucking joking. They're a terrifying team.
who are Rise?
Yeah.
All right, well, take your word for it. I haven't played against them. I just
Fucking
assume
nuts.
that, I just
Fucking
assume
nuts.
that, you got a map off of them, so I assumed they were shit. That's kind of.
We got to
That's
map
kinda
off
how
a
I-
lot of teams.
Well, all of them are shit because you're shit.
There you go. That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so moving up through team solo mid. I'd say
About
not a shock
expected.
at all. They just
No,
they
young
you
team.
know, especially after Accelerate and all that. When I thought that Accelerate roster was just going to fucking get relegated anyways, and then
Yep.
they actually made something of it. So I mean, hey, whatever. They did really good at the recent DreamHack. I'd say this roster is perfectly fine in a very good spot. The rough thing is that they added Gotcha as a permanent player, and since Gotcha got added as permanent player, Gotcha's been playing fucking terribly. So.
He did all right in the last couple games, but yeah,
hey,
he's had his ups and downs.
comparative to how he had been playing before Flynn, I would say that it is a very, very large shock to how poor he is playing with the team.
Yeah, different roles, different teams, right? Like
Yeah,
Gotcha was on
no,
Ash on EG.
I know,
That's
but
free.
he also filled in for TSM in a match and did very well as well.
Yeah.
It's just very weird that like right after the announcement happens that he isn't playing up to what a lot of people expected from him. I would say,
I think the change, like I said last episode, it just doesn't make any fucking sense to me, but whatever.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
They got out of relegations. They won their game against Rogue, and
whatever they do,
they retain until next season. I don't think Gotcha on the team as a permanent solution is still the play, though. I think he's better in a coaching role. I think he's either that or better in a fragging role, but like this is just not the team for him to be a fragger on.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck he played on Disrupt. I felt like he played Flex.
Yeah, he was more flex on DG because he had Mo and Spades.
But that's what you have achieved for. So
yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's no room for him to be frag or flex.
Like,
he's
like, gotcha. I think that you're a great player, dude, but you're not better than achieved flex role. That kid's nuts. Like,
yeah, like there's a spot for him to be a fragger on a team. TSM is not that team. Honestly, if anything, Luminosity would probably be a better option. You could take out one of their flexes and put Gotcha in and probably have a little more success.
You have an adult that just watches all the kids. They're all 20,
basically.
they're all 21 and live in Vegas, dude.
Basically, like, fuck.
It's like having a Fortnite team house, dude. Oh, no. Oh my Christ. All right, Space Station Gaming, I would say a massive disappointment because they're hell to die on and they keep hurting us, Flynn. Why do they keep hurting us, Flynn?
I just think the Canadian move needs a little more time to simmer. Just let the paint dry a little bit on that one and move on to next season.
How it goes, dude. Yeah, we'll have to see how
they
it goes.
still also need to qualify for the Invitational.
That was my chair.
Good job. Real fucking proud of you. LG in 4, big shock.
Yeah, massive fucking shock.
I thought they were going to be in last.
Like, these are people that we fucking like play in ranked almost every day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've known a couple of these guys for like a handful of years, and it's weird that they're doing so well. Like, it doesn't take me as like a major shock just because like I understand their play style, and for some reason a lot of people have trouble with that play style. And Luminosity is very good at it. I would say with the roster move, dropping Pixel, that was a huge thing they needed to do. And I'm really happy that they picked up A Factor because having a team with the exact same mindset, young gunner, that's what's going to work. And they went with the proper thing. Instead of trying to go for veteranism, they went for more that young gunner-esque style of play. And it worked out very well for them. Hopefully we continue to see them thrive into next season.
Yep. EG in 3. Given the loss of Troy, like I said, I thought it would take a lot
I think they
longer.
look fucking great. So
They had such a bad stretch for a few weeks there, for a few play days
yeah,
for Pro League. And that's more of what I was expecting from them with the change, just because it's such a
it's
fucking...
IGL change and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a system shock to the way the team has played for years. Like, that is a team that is stuck together through thick and thin. But most slotted in quite well, honestly. I wouldn't be at all shocked to see EEG start running up fucking scores for the 6 invitational qualifiers for online. And also, next season, you get a full crack. Like, a lot of these roster moves at the half were done for teams that really just didn't have much of a chance of making it, or if they did, it was a change that it was a big enough shock to the entire team that it caused some questions. SSG was in striking distance. They brought over Troy and things didn't click right away. EG was, I don't know, where were they? Round 8. They were in second heading into the half. No, they would have been in third, so they stayed stagnant from the half. They were in third at the half, and then they finished the season in third. So I mean, they had a chance, but again, such a crazy change to the team and how it plays. Not really all that surprised, but they have a full season with these changes now to move forward. I think you're going to be seeing SSG get a lot better. I think you're going to be seeing TSM get a lot better. I think SSG, if I already mentioned them, or EG, whichever one I didn't mention. I think those 3 are like teams to look out for big improvements for next season. Reciprocity, I worry about.
Yeah, Reciprocity was in a very, very fucking weird spot.
I can't even explain why I
itched it out.
I can't even explain why I thought they were going to make LAN at the half. We came back from... It was right after DreamHack, and I was like, yeah, Rex making LAN with Dark Zero. And then as soon as I said it, I was like, why do I think that? And I couldn't come up with a reason.
I mean, hey, good on him, dude.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Dark
They did
Zero...
it with the worst. They did it with the worst round differential of the top 3.
Yes.
Very close games.
Yeah. NA was a lot more competitive than the other regions, but in a bad way. In that, like, the bottom 4 teams were decent enough to like upset some teams, but then the top 4 teams were also not that fantastic. Other than Dark Zero, anyway. Everyone else was kind of just Jesus. It's week to week on whether or not you know how they're going to perform, and the changes have a lot to do with that. But I don't know. I'm very excited for next season already, seeing these changes and seeing how things have shaken out. And then Dark Zero in first. That's not really a shock. The first place thing, that's a bit of a shock. But them qualifying for LAN, being good online and best of ones, that's them.
All right. Well, we rounded out with Dark Zero, my friend. Dark Zero, personally speaking, I think we had them both pegged to be the top finishers when we talked about them. Not very surprising. Extremely, extremely good online team. Again, they just are still
Will it work on LAN?
bits of
Will it work on LAN?
Words. I don't even have words for the LAN play. It's not what it should be.
Well, we'll see in Japan. Smile.
But I will say this from our cartographer of the Big Leaguers podcast, or as Noah likes to put it. Hold on, I need to read you his Twitter bio real quick so you can just fucking like laugh at this dumb shit. It says R6 player for his college, then propaganda czar of the B Leaguers podcast, sponsored by the Koyo store.
Thanks for the free advertisement.
We love you, Noah. But Noah said that we said that Hyper to Dark Zero was a bad move. Do you remember that?
Did we say that?
Apparently we said that.
I think it's just the roll fit and the dropping of Jarvis was the thing I was upset about. I just get upset when Jarvis gets dropped, okay? I'm protective. I'm protective of my little Jarvis.
Protective of my boy, dude. My boy. Yeah, but so Flynn and I were fuck asses, in case you guys were wondering. But 10-3-1 were their string. Dark
Yep.
Zero going into Japan. I feel like a lot of NA hopes are going to ride on them, and hopefully it isn't another failure. That's all
NA's
I'm going to
out
say. I feel
on
like
Saturday. Dark Zero and Rec lose their games. I don't care who they play.
okay.
And you're welcome for more hot takes being brought to you by the Koyo Store. Head to thekoyostore.com/beleaguers and head to the patreon.com/beleaguers and give us your fucking money for these hot takes. Thank you. Hot takes galore here. Yeah, I don't think NA wins the game on land.
I fucking hate you so goddamn.
You know what? Here, I'll up the ante. NA doesn't win
No,
a
no, no,
map.
no, 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 stop!
NA doesn't win a map in Japan.
Navi wins the whole thing. That's my hot take.
There you go. NA doesn't win a map on land.
Navi wins it. This is gonna be Europe again.
Yep. So
Shut the fuck up. Navi's winning.
There are the hot takes. Challenger League and then Q&A.
Yeah. So European Challenger League. The only thing I want to talk about is that BDS as well as fucking why is my brain's mush today?
Fours.
BDS and fours. I was about to say it. Fours are number 1 and 2, and they're currently tied. So they're tied for first. A surprise that is not really that big of a surprise, but the biggest surprise is that Team Secret is in fucking 5th.
A lot of ties. A lot of ties for Secret.
What the fuck?
A lot of thrown leads too, man. A lot of thrown leads.
What the fuck?
So right now, Team Secret has.
I'm tilted.
6
I'm so
points.
tilted about it.
I understand. Let me finish my goddamn sentence. Team Secret has 6 points right now, and they are through 3 play days. The 4th play day is tomorrow night, or tomorrow in the middle of the day if you're in NA. Tomorrow, Secret plays Syzygy, then they play Keikona Kapteri, and then they play Trust, and then they play Gamers Ward. So, they had to go through the monsters to start with. They had to play Fours off rip. They lost and tied against Fours. They had to play Orgless. They won and tied against Orgless. Then they had to play BDS. They lost and tied against BDS. Their rest of schedule is fucking free. That being said, they have a maximum of 6, 12, 18, 24 points. They have a lot of headroom still to go. 24 plus 6 is 32. All you need is Fours and BDS to pick up a couple more wins. And even if Secret win out, they're not getting into a relegation spot. And with that being said, Fours and BDS have already played Secret. They already have the tiebreak, both of them, over Secret. And BDS ends with Game Reward, Orgless, Fours, and then Syzygy. Fours, same schedule, just flipped with Keikona Kapteri instead of Syzygy. It's BDS and Fours, boys. That's who's going to be in your relegation spots. So Secret, maybe a full calendar year in Challenger League. That's tough.
All right.
Over to my shitbag region.
Well, we also got to cover Flynn's Tinder Safari. Anything recently happen?
Tinder Safari? Oh, what happened on Tinder? Hold on. There was something.
Ooh.
Did I not write it down? I thought I wrote it down. Hold on. Fuck, I didn't write it down.
I don't need sleep. I need answers.
There was someone funny. Can't remember.
I wish I had more time to watch Pro League, dude. While we're just spitballing for shit right now. I really wish I had more time to watch Pro League and shit. It makes this shit like so difficult sometimes because I'm like, I have no idea how the fuck they played. Like, I just don't have time. With this USN and everything and actually trying to be healthy and sleep properly and everything, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, dude. Like, it's so hard.
I don't know. Tinder Safari, whatever the story was, I've lost it. There was some funny profile, and we talked for like a day. And then I've lost. I don't even know where the fuck it is, dude. It's gone.
Oh
It's
no,
gone
dude!
forever.
You don't have anything on your Tinder Safari, bro?
It's gone forever. I was in the middle of talking to this woman, and I literally thought this is gonna be a great fucking story for the podcast, and now I can't fucking remember it.
Flynn,
Yep.
why do you do this, dude? What
I
are you
don't
doing?
know. So anyway, jumping back over to NACL, unless you have anything for Tinder Safari.
I just want to re-reference this. I was talking to some girl named Zelly. This is a while ago, but I screenshotted it. I said, I too make terrible jokes about killing myself constantly. She said, do you now? And I said, yeah, the only thing more dead than my will to live is my friend Flynn's dad.
I think you said that on the podcast already.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Yep. Oh, there was also this one. I don't know if I said this one. This woman's name is Trixie. It says, let's have a who's better in bed contest. I'm hoping to be a sore loser.
That's a good profile. I like that.
That's a
profile.
pretty good one.
That's pretty solid.
Are you changing your fucking Tinder profile right now?
No, I like my failing upwards bio.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. NACL. So this is being recorded 12 hours after the start of our games last night against Obey. We lost.
And he's still not cooled off about it. Which we'll find out in like 10 seconds.
We lost 7-5 to Obey.
Yeah, there's some stuff that kind of went wrong in those games, man. I don't really know how you personally felt about it, but from my perspective, I would say that you did okay, and the rest of the team was, you guys had your times, you guys had your rounds, but just overall, Flynn, not a very good performance. What's your thoughts on it?
Just fuck, man. People got to show up on game day. People got to show up with the right mentality too, man.
It's a lot calmer than he was earlier, folks. By the way,
I was a lot angry earlier when Sam and I talked before we started recording. I don't know, just this was the game that was really like the difference maker. So, like I just said in EU, there are clear front runners for EU to make it to relegation games, and now there are two clear front runners for North America in Obey in first place and Rise in second. So if we had taken points off of Obey in either of the games that we definitely should have won on Cafe or Villa, then we'd be in a very different spot right now. But
yeah,
just got to focus up. We got a pretty... we were kind of in the secret situation where we had a tough first half of the season, and now we have to play the bottom half of the league. So we are now in 5th place, and we've already played the top 4 teams. And we have tiebreaker over 2 of them. And we took a map off 2 of them. And tied a couple maps with the others. So I'm not feeling too bad, but for the rest of our season, we play XPG or Orgless on Monday. We play Disrupt on Wednesday, and then the next Monday we play Adventure Force to round out the season. So we're looking for as many points as possible, but gotta correct a lot of the mistakes that are being made if we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to know what your sadness makes me do, Flynn?
What?
Not.
That's what it makes me do, Ned.
I fucking hate you.
I love you too.
All right. The rest of the league, to round it out, Rise beat and then tied Orgless. So 7-4 victory and then a 6-6. Two-Face tied and beat Adventure Force. DG beat and tied Akatsuki. And then we lost both games to Obey 7-5. So if you want to go back and watch the VODs, it's on Razor's and Uzumaki's channels. Yeah. Yeah, that's how CL's going.
You're.
As
All
Bill
right.
Belichick would say, on a Cincinnati. Q&A time.
Oh, hey, by the way,
Yeah.
on a side note, I just wanted to bring this up because I never did bring it up on the podcast. Beastly joining Rise after getting dropped.
Oh, yeah. Beasley's insane.
Oh, Beastly's a
insane.
fucking good player, dude. Fucking good player.
Actually insane.
Gets dropped so they can try and save themselves from relegation, gets relegated, then picks Beastly back up to try and make it out of relegation. Makes sense.
Adam's
Anyways.
proving that he's not as washed as everyone thought he was as well. But, you know, he's still
Adam's
pretty
still
washed.
pretty good.
Adam's a
still pretty
shitbag.
good at the video game.
He's pretty fucking terrible. Adam and his caveman stupid greasy hair. Take a fucking shower, Adam. Jesus Christ. If anyone's curious, I don't hate Adam. We're actually pretty good friends.
That's in case you ever hear either of us shit on someone.
Oh yeah,
openly,
if it's that
we'll
blatant,
definitely know them.
we're friends.
Yeah,
we're not
like
just saying
Lauren,
that. No,
fucking dog shit support. Like worst support to ever touch the game ever is fucking Lauren, 100%. I could play better than Lauren with my fucking eyes taped shut and my feet on my keyboard.
All right, on to Q&A. We still don't have
on to shitting on people. I mean, on
Yep.
from shitting on people. Excuse me.
Yep.
On to Q&A.
Godobler. Question number 1. It's a 3-parter. Obviously, the rules have changed, by the way. If anyone didn't go to the subreddit and ask questions and you just lurk and listen, maximum 3 questions and 1 post per person. If you break those rules, I ban you forever. Godobler with the first question of the night. Hey guys, huge Brazilian fan from Rio dropping 3 questions. Thank you for following the rules. Number 1, what are your dream Japan Grand finalists? Oh, baby. Give me Navi Fnatic.
Oh.
Yeah, give me that.
Yes.
Give me that right fucking now.
Virtue versus the Crackhead Squad, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. If you guys didn't know, Virtue plays Terrorist Hunt for 4 hours a fucking day.
I could not.
That shit's crazy.
I could not. I could not.
Plays fucking 4 hours a day.
I could not.
Dude.
I'd kill myself.
Can you imagine, like, I spend 8 hours a day regularly on Siege. Half of that going to T-Hunt, dude? Fuck.
Does a best of 2 format like the BR6 one, would that make Pro League more competitive? So if you're not familiar, actually, Pro League used to run on a best of 2 format back in year 1. The problem with that is that only half the games were ever casted, so then you'd have teams without a certain number of odds and shit. BO2 would definitely make it more competitive because there's more maps to be played in a series. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
So Hidden Snapchats me and goes,
I don't know how
Leafs
you do
lost and Shrug lost. Not a good night for Flynn.
No, the Leafs lost 4-3 to the Caps, and we lost 7-5.
You lost to the fucking Caps!
Yeah, the team that won the Cup 2 years ago. Wow.
I know! They're really good at the video game, dude. I get it. I was just laughing because it's a Caps. My friend Gabe is a Caps fan.
I was waiting for fucking Talon to roast me in the DMs. He's a Caps fan. Ugh, whatever. Best of 2 format for Pro League.
Doing well, so it's fine.
No, best of 2 format for Pro League. I would like more maps in any format. Best of 3, best of 2, anything. I just don't know how you do it with production, basically. Number 3, with Navi and the Giants going to Japan, LATAM, NA, and even APAC, can they have more hope for their teams? I mean, maybe? I don't know. Like, yeah, G2 and Empire there, it sucks if you're another team. But at the same time, it's not like Navi and the Giants are bad. They're just...
Yeah, I think...
Like, Navi's pretty good on land, too. Like, I don't know. I think obviously you have a better shot, but it's not like it's free, if that makes any sense. So yeah, thank you for your questions. Omega Rex. Hey guys, first time commenter. Great podcast, by the way. My question is for Flynn. As a smoke player, how do you use up the first 2 minutes of the round before the smokes become more crucial to delaying pushes / denying plant? Do you sit on cams? Yes. Hold an area and then fall back over time? No. I appreciate any insight you have. So basically, my job on defense is don't die. So whatever I have to do to don't die, then I don't die. I think I have 1 opening death through, 8 games now in Challenger League? And the opening death came with like a minute left in the round. It was like a fucking scramble 5v5 execute on site, and I was the first to die. In the hailstorm of bullets. But, yeah, basically my job is don't die, get on cams for any that stay up for a prolonged period of time for I don't know, first minute or so, I'm usually cycling cams. A lot of my setups go into the beginning of the round, so like I'll be shotgunning shit until like 2:30, 2:20, 2 left sometimes. So you know the first, so all of prep and that shit that usually takes a while, and then yeah, I'm on cams, I'm calling shit out, making kill holes to look up through floorboards and stuff. That's kind of my niche. I look through a lot of floorboards with the SMG11, and I kill a lot of people doing it, so I try and do that. Just try and do it from a safe angle where they can't see me, but I can see them, and just mag dump at them and then walk away. If I get the kill, cool. If I don't, then I did some damage, and I'm walking away happy. But yeah, and then you're just basically you're trying to keep comms clear so that your roamers can talk to each other and communicate and work their shit out. Help them if you can get on cams, but it's a very uneventful role. You don't do a whole lot. You just kind of have to hit your shots with the SMG, and you have to throw smokes when there's a minute left, and stay alive. That's kind of the role. All right. Oh Lord. Zeverinth. Hi. Hey guys, love the podcast. Oh Lord. Okay, these are more paragraphs than one-liners, but we'll do it because it's only 3 questions. Number 1, do you think the increased media responsibilities amongst the top-performing teams creates more performance problems than is acknowledged or at least talked about? G2's slip this year seemed to coincide with their increased social media presence and YouTube content for the org, while Empire had their less stellar than expected second half, while being highlighted by the likes of the score. I think with anything, what happens over time for a lot of players, there are other distractions that come. And what separates you from being a good player from a great player is being able to tune those distractions out. Mm-hmm. For a team like G2, they've been doing this for a while. Media responsibilities are nothing new. They've been signed under G2 for a long time now, over a year. So this isn't new for them. They're slipping Season 9. I mean, they've been doing media with Penta for a very long time before G2 anyway. It's obviously another thing, but you have to look at it as working it into your work schedule. It's just like a scrim. It's just like a VOD review. It's just like a dry run. It's just another thing you have to do. And it can be a distraction. Like, I've done media and stuff as a caster before, doing interviews and stuff, and it's just another part of the job. That's really what it has to be. And if you can't block that out, then you need to pull back from media. Like, that's just what you have to do. If you're a player who can't tune out the noise, if you're a player who can't tune out, Twitch chat's going to say this about me, or my CGG is going to look like this, or my stats are going to look like this, you got to find a way to tune that shit out, or you're never going to succeed. Ever. You have to be able to focus on the game and focus on winning at all costs. And I don't think for teams like G2 or like Empire, media was a big concern. Empire, yeah, they're newer to this kind of exposure, I guess, but I mean, they've been dealing with it for a very long time, all the way back from the Euro Cup in October last year, before they even made Challenger League, right? And they had been through it with SI-18 for the core of the team. Media should never be an excuse. And if you're a player or a team that has to deal with these kind of distractions, you better learn how to fucking deal with it, because they don't go away. It's only going to get worse from here.
I would agree with you. So, on to the next one. How do you think Siege's handles an esport in terms of content delivered to viewers? I've been catching bits and pieces of Pro Rocket League recently, arguably a much more accessible to watch, but the main Twitch channel also shows collegiate games with their own commentary set and casters.
It goes on. In my opinion, as a viewer, Siege and its various leagues are a little too segregated, and while other comps are talked about by casters, the Pro League channel itself seems very independent and anti-inclusive, I suppose could be the term. A notable exception being the UK Prem final, but the fact that it was on the main channel was a big deal, and that in itself said a lot.
Zever, thank you for understanding English and how to create paragraphs and stuff like that, unlike literally everyone else that asked questions. I legitimately just stopped because there was a break, and I was like, oh, okay, that's the question over with. But I would say in comparison to other esports, Rainbow Six Siege is extremely hard to digest. just because of simply how much is inside of the fucking game, dude. I mean, think about it. Like we have 50 operators at this point. You know what I mean? Like I understand MOBAs and stuff have a shitload of characters in them. Siege has a shitload of characters in it, but Siege is a lot harder to digest because it's first person view. You don't know what's going on the other side of the map. Whereas inside of a MOBA, I mean, League of Legends World's on right now, it's a lot easier to consume because if you have a general knowledge of the game, like if you kind of know, like I've been trying to play League more so that I understand what's going on when I watch League because I think it's an interesting game to watch. Now, like even I have less than 24 hours in the game and I know like a quarter of like what the roster does inside of the game, and I can identify stuff out and be like, okay, that was a flash use. That was this. I can look down at the mini map and go, okay, this is what's happening on the other side of the map while they're looking at this or seeing where people are rotating and why they're doing that. It's a lot easier to consume because of that. Siege is a game that is extremely difficult to watch, and also just from other aspects, like you were saying with collegiate league and all that kind of stuff. For Rocket League, they have a huge backing for that kind of stuff. We have Ubisoft, obviously, and Ubisoft's a great company, and they do really good work with their esports, with their esport. But they're learning, man. They're learning. Whereas with Rocket League, they've now been adopted by a veteran inside of esports, which is Epic. I don't like to call it that, but they are. I mean, Gears has been running for a very long time, and they've been around the scene long enough to understand this is how esports is ran, this is how esports works. And Rocket League already had a really good ground laid for that because they were like, why don't we just show everything? It was ran by, I can't remember the company's name or I can't pronounce it right that makes the game, but it's like Psyonix. Yeah, hey, I said it correctly. So Psyonix, and Psyonix laid a very good structure for Epic to continue to grow off of. And all Epic did was really like, hey, you guys got a great structure here. We'll buy you guys, and here's fucking money because we have a shitload of it. And hey, it's just continued to grow and grow. Rocket League is not a hard game to watch at all because guess what? It's fucking car soccer. It's pretty easy to understand. The ball goes in the goal and you get a point. That's it. There's some really cool shit that happens in between, but that is as simple as it gets. And Rainbow Six, there's a lot more complicated shit. Flynn and I have literally talked to the casters of Rocket League, and they're like, yeah, it's a pretty simple to understand game.
Yep.
Like they're like, hey, the ball goes in the goal and you score. We like Flynn and I literally asked him. I remember we asked him when we were getting makeup done. We're like, how do you guys do your analytics? They're like, oh, we really don't. We kind of talk about stuff after game. That's about it.
Yep.
But like, there's really no format to it. Just the players have to have like really good cohesion. That's about it. You don't go into like a format and go, okay, we're gonna do like a 2 front, 1 defense on against this team because they really can't defend against that. Like you kind of just play and hope for the best. Like
yeah, one of my friends, Brody Moore, he's one of the RLCS casters, so their version of like Pro League or whatever. He actually lives in the same city as me. And he worked on HUD and now works on Squad State, the esports channel on TV here in Canada. I used to go in and do interviews with them all the time. He's a Rocket League caster. He talks about it all the time. He's talking about like it's so difficult to get into Siege because of the complexity versus Rocket League with the simplicity. And I think a lot of your question here as well, Zeverinth, is talking about like channels. That is a thing that's been going on for a very long time in Siege. Challenger League, as you may have noticed, I just mentioned earlier, is on Uzumaki and Razor's individual personal channels for North American Challenger League. And Sternab had his whole blow up on his fucking Twitlonger or whatever about it, but nothing changed even with what they were doing. There was no centralized channel. The Rainbow Six channel is reserved for that. Okay. The Canadian Nationals are going to be on the main channel and are on the main channel every weekend, so I'm going to say the top-ish end of Siege. Basically, whatever has the highest budget gets to use the Pro League channel. I think what you're going to be seeing in the future should be more channels, but as a centralized group. So we'll have, hopefully in the future some Challenger League channels, and hopefully in the future we'll have, a dedicated channel for EU or a dedicated channel for NA, and then a dedicated channel or Rainbow Six will just be the dedicated like LAN channel. We also have Bravo for all the group stages. In terms of marketing to viewers for esports, it sucks. Not gonna lie, it sucks. It's hard to find games. There's no advertisement in the game other than that clickable thing in the menu that scrolls on by behind, the Ember Rise outfits. there's a lot more that could be done. I don't think anyone has ever said anything otherwise. There's a whole lot more that could be done to push esports to the average player, to the average viewer who might not even play the game. Advertising and marketing for esports on the side of Ubisoft is definitely something that needs to improve over time. And I think the Six Invitational this year is the first time you're going to see something close to what we want. Obviously, I've seen a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, so I can't go much deeper than that. But trust me when I say all eyes will be on SI. And I say that every year because it's the biggest event of the year. That sounds like a really fucking dumb thing to say.
Well, it's the most promoted one.
Just trust me when I say the shit they're working on. It should impress. It should absolutely impress.
You're going to be excited. That's all you gotta know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, so like,
I've seen some shit.
This is how behind closed doors this shit is.
Yes.
So
I've seen.
Either way, be excited. This is the most you're gonna hear about it. Is just be excited. So be excited. Hope for the best, and that's all you can do. Because otherwise, Flynn gets sued into poverty, and he doesn't want to go back there, does he? Boom. Got my joke in for the day about Flynn having a terrible childhood. All right, let's continue on down the line. All right, 3. What's an idea for a stupid strat you'd like to make work or have pulled off round wins with? I remember Cyclops putting the T'Chaka turret in the cigar shop closest closet. Okay, so he's talking about
Humidor on Cafe.
Humidor, yep. He's talking about Humidor on Cafe with a load of shields, etc. This is what think it was during a qualifier. They didn't win, but it was a hell of a setup. I would have to say a strat that I wish I could see in Pro League just once is the closet castle strat.
Oh, sit in the closet?
Yes. Everyone has shotguns, and then right when they go to plant, you just blow it up and then run.
I think one of my favorites that, honestly, there's only a few teams that still employ anymore. At least they still like revolve around nitro cells, but like I just want to see 5 C4s. Just don't even be in the site. Put Valk cams, bulletproof camera, I guess, because you have to drop a nitro for that. What else could you do? You could do, Valk cams, default cams, Mozzie drones, right? Just set all this intel upstairs to be able to ping. Have one dude fucking cycling cams, pinging people when they walk into site, and just 5 C4s from underneath. I want to see that. And I want to call it the fireworks strat. And I want to see it work. That would be a pretty stupid strat because you're giving up site control for nothing. But holy fuck, would that be hilarious to watch. Did you die? Oh, you're there.
No, I'm right here. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm right here. Good.
Okay.
All right. So next one. Yeah.
Wasian 96.
What a name, dude.
What a name.
Number 1. How do or did for Stokes? Thanks for pointing that out, man. Appreciate it. You get hyped for a game day. Any rituals or things like that? Do you want to tell them how you performed so well yesterday?
Oh, I didn't actually go and beat up the cardboard boxes or anything. Oh no. So I got we were talking in Discord yesterday. And I had I don't know, I had been up for a minute or so. I don't know, I'd been up for a couple hours or something. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go smoke some weed and come back downstairs and record the podcast. And I didn't think I smoked that much, honestly. I really didn't think I did. But I came back downstairs with my McDonald's breakfast. I sat in this motherfucking chair and I went, no, I'm going the fuck to bed. So I passed the fuck out for another 10 hours until game day or game time. I woke up right before our warm up. And then, I just kind of fragged out on Villa. It's the first time I've done that before a game. But I mean, my usual thing is, so if we have an 8 o'clock game, we have a 7 o'clock warm up. So we just do a 1-map warm up with a team, going 100%. And then we're doing map bans while we're doing that, obviously. And then, before that, so depending on my sleep schedule, if I've been up all day, I'm probably at 5 o'clock going to the store, grabbing some Red Bull, coming back home, 5:30 is like some tea hunt until like 6 with some music on in the background. And then like 6 until 7 before the warm up, it's just sitting down, listen to some music, get ready to just get in the zone, really, just kind of push all the distractions out. And then, yeah, 7 to 8 is the warm up, 8, 9 are the games, and try and do your best. That's kind of like the only rituals or anything I've done. Yeah. That was also what I used to do for baseball and hockey games. Basically the exact same thing. Is we'd have to get to the arena or field a couple hours before game. I'd do an hour of music, just either like softly working out, doing some jogging or some push-ups or pull-ups or something, and just getting ready to go. For hockey, I'd like get half dressed in my gear, and then I'd go throw on the headphones and just go do a lap around the ice, and then do a lap around the outside of the rink and just chill.
He'd go listen to G-Eazy.
Yes.
Flynn loves G-Eazy.
I am a big G-Eazy fan. If anyone is unaware.
If you want to give Flynn shit, talk about G-Eazy.
I like G-Eazy. I've loved him for
I know you do. You fucking love G-Eazy.
It's been like 8 years I've been following this motherfucker. I don't know. I just love his music. But yeah, that's kind of like my ritual thing. It's not about getting hype. It's just about getting ready. It like if you're getting hype, then I don't have a problem with it. But like you got to calm your nerves down before game day. You're gonna be shaken. And you don't want no CCS shakes.
Exactly. I'd say for me, my ritual going, through scrims and stuff like that, getting ready for qualifiers and everything, where draw myself a warm bath, half hot, half cold, half on max, half on low. You got to keep a nice mixture there, right? Then you're going to use exactly 1.5 tablespoons of bubble bath. You're going to pour that in there. You're going to sit there with a bottle of rosé that you're not going to drink. You're just going to drink Gatorade because obviously electrolytes help you game better. That's what the G stands for on the side of the Gatorade bottle. It's not Gatorade, it's Gamer. So we're going to use that Gatorade bottle, drink from that, and it's always got to be the Tidal Rush. It's the Flow brand of G2 of Gatorade. Make sure you get that. It's the only kind that we drink in this household. So you drink that, right? And then you sit there and you watch highlights from Initial D inside of the bathtub on your laptop that you elevate on your right hand so that it has weight in order to, stretch out your ligaments so that you can aim better with your mouse. And then I go to a hot sauna for exactly 17 minutes.
I hope you drown in your fucking bubble bath for wasting my time.
No, but in all seriousness, I would have to say that my warm up usually, especially when we were going for like playing against big people or anything like that, I would just go watch highlight plays from Rainbow Six because that shit always gets me excited. When we were trying to make our run for Challenger League that I soon got dropped from, all of our games that we went into for that, I would literally just go and look at Pro League. Like I would just go look at the Pro League standings, go look at Pro League stuff, and just go through teams and be like, beatable. I can be there, and just get that drive going again, reminding yourself where you want to be instead of like, oh, it's just another fucking game. It's not just another fucking game. That shit means everything. So that was my usual warm up. That music, metal music only. I don't listen to anything else when it's like something that like I want to get excited for. Like I love rap music, I love all that kind of shit. But there's just something about metal music that when I put that shit on, dude, I'm just like an entirely different fucking human being. Like it's great. I love it. So that shit on, Wage War, play through the fucking their at that time Blueprints album, and then just get hype, get ready, play some fucking T-Hunt, chill. And then after that, just listen to music for a little while. And then once it's like about 20 minutes before game time, start going over game plan, explain stuff that we looked through in VOD review, stuff that we wanted to try that was new, how we want to go about battling into the other team, because at that time we know map ban, and try and just game plan for what's ahead. And then that's it.
Number 2, who do you think is on the Mount Rushmore of pro Rainbow Six up to this point?
Antero, Kickstar, Fabian, Pengu, Nesk, Canadian.
If I had to follow Mount Rushmore and only pick 4, in terms of just players. I didn't even think about casters or coaches or anything like that. I'm probably doing Pengu, Troy, Nesk, and Magnet. One from each region that have
Wow,
been...
you wouldn't even put Fabian up there?
No. One from each region, the face of each of their team, the face of each of their regions.
Okay.
I'd say Magnet's a pretty good representative of APAC as a whole.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's been around for a very long time. Number 3, Eagles play the Bears in November. How will the Bears fuck it this time? Well, they don't have Cody Parkey this time, so...
well, it doesn't matter. They're still going to fuck it because our offense is ass.
Our team's ass anyway. The Eagles suck.
Yep.
Moving on. Baba Yaga 963. I'm struggling. Hello, big fan of the show from Australia.
It's Baba Yaga. It's Baba Yaga 963.
Okay, cool. From Australia. Hi.
What? Thanks, man. How's it going?
Question 1. Thoughts on the suggested balancing changes coming mid-season? The Cade Electroclaw range increase, Legion Mine not doing initial damage on impact. I have not seen these fucking test notes. All I saw was the Jackal thing.
There was more than just the Jackal
Yeah, I did not think it was anything more than
fuck. We should probably read through this. Siege patch notes.
Yeah. It'll be the TTS patch notes, so... we're frantically searching right now, I promise. Okay, news.
All patch notes. Here we go. Rainbow Six Siege.
Is this it? This is just bug fixes.
I don't...
Where did you see this? I missed
Apparently Baba Yaga knows something that we don't, dude.
I guess. Shit.
I would say if that was the thing, that the Electroclaw thing, I don't know why they're doing it, but sure, why the fuck not? I don't think it's going to affect that much shit. Honestly, I mean, you're going to be able to put them in safer spots, so there's going to be a couple areas on the map that everyone's going to be like, oh, Stoke said it wasn't going to affect that much, but look at this wall. It's like, yeah, well, that's one thing out of fucking everything. It's like Warden right now. Like, everyone's like, Warden shit. And you're like, oh, well, he got used on Bank by Wreck. It's like, oh, fan-fucking-tastic. Well, guess what? You found one thing that works on one map out of 7. Congratulations. So glad that operator plays very well. Nook, same thing. She does one fucking thing and one fucking thing only well. If they're relying too much on information utility, Nook counters that. That's it. She's not an operator that's going to be in every single lineup. She's niche. Doesn't fucking matter. The Legion Mine not doing initial damage on impact, just make them not fucking invisible. Like, he's a fucking stupid operator, man. He has way too much shit. You make it where they don't do initial damage, fucking congratulations. Who cares? It's still going to be a stupid-ass noise when it breaks. There's still going to be information pieces. They're still going to be invisible. He's still going to get 8 of them. They're still going to force you in an animation. Whenever it's crunch time, there's still going to be fucking horse shit. And he's still 2 armor, 2 speed with fucking impacts and a good SMG. I just counted 9 things on my fucking hand. 9.
A lot of things. I'm impressed you can count to 9.
Stupid fucking operator. Now I just got one finger up. You want to pick it, Flynn? Fuck you. That's what it is.
I cannot.
Anyways.
I can't even find this fucking thing on the...
On the Twitter?
The subreddit.
Oh.
Dude, I'm on the top post of the month.
I mean, he is in Australia. I mean, he's just in the future.
I fucking guessed. I did not read anything in these patch notes other than the Jackal thing. That was the only thing I saw.
Also, by the way, as for the Leeson thing, just nerf him to the fucking ground. I'm done with that operator over. He's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Same thing with Maverick.
Destroy Legion, please. You'd make everyone happy.
He's fucking stupid. And anyone that argues the fact that Legion's not broken, you just need to grow a fucking brain. I'm sorry. Like, the operator is just stupid from the fucking ground up. Dumb. So fucking dumb. And the thing is that it even happens at a fucking pro level. Pro players get fucked over by Legion being a stupid operator. Oh, Flynn, it's a 2v4, and you get that entry frag for the 2v3, and you just walk through a random doorway, and all of a sudden there's a goo mine? Oh, fantastic! It's not like Capcam where it's just on the side of the door, and you look real quick and shoot it. Like, we already have trouble with color blending into enough stuff. Now you make something fucking invisible? Oh, my Christ. Shoot me in the face. Fucking operator's dumb as shit, man. Whoever designed Legion needs to be fired. All right.
You done having a tantrum?
Yeah, I just hate Legion. You know that.
I have actually Googled everything I'm so sorry. I cannot find these patch notes. I have not read a goddamn thing about these things. So, question 1 has no answer other than nerf Legion. There you go. All I saw was the Jackal thing. Question 2.
I kind of went on a tangent to allow you to have time to Google, but yeah,
I couldn't find anything. I went through the Ubisoft website, the R6 Pro League, or not the Pro League, the R6 subreddit. I Googled it. I got a news article talking about the Jackal thing. I did not get no one's talking about this. So either we're collectively the biggest idiots on planet Earth, or this dude's got like fucking inside info.
I'm on Twitter quite often, and I have not seen it. So I'm not on Tinder. I'm not on Tinder. I'm not on Twitter as much as Parker is.
No.
But I'm on Tinder a lot. I'm on Twitter a lot. What the fuck is wrong with me today? I've got a cast tonight, Flynn, and I sound like a fucking idiot. Yeah, what the fuck?
Nothing's changed.
Eat a dick. Good. All right.
Question 2. I was wondering if you guys thought some players in the APAC region go unnoticed compared to the big names, as I feel players like Virtue could be considered one of the best fraggers in the world. The problem with that is his exposure.
Appreciated. Yeah, but I also don't think that Virtue's underappreciated.
You gotta go and you gotta find the right people to talk about them. I think what happens with APAC is they're just not, the region as a whole is not as exposed to the general populace of the fan base as everyone else. They have their own channel. They have weird fucking time zones for everyone to try and follow that shit. They have 4 different sub-regions with a bunch of teams you've never heard of before that are pretty non-competitive, right? It's just, I don't know. I think it's honestly just the fact that we only get to see a lot of the crazy plays from APAC teams at LANs, and the LANs only happen every once in a while, versus Pro League, which is sometimes 2 times a week for the same region, right? I'm not saying APAC doesn't have those games, it's just that nobody watches. So, yeah. And number 3, if you could choose one op who should get an elite, who would that be? I'd go with Buck. I would love a Buck elite. I'd never take it off. I know what the next couple are, so I can't say anything. Yeah.
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 Right. Thanks for putting on a great show every week, and good luck with Shrug. Hey, there you go. Very nice. On to the next one, though.
Thanks, we lost.
Trousers. Lethal Trousers. Also, I think it's funny that they said we put on a good show when we both suck, and then you also suck at the game. So I don't get it.
Okay.
Anyways, I got it. I got it. I can read, motherfucker. Okay. Lethal Trousers. Fuck you in your mouth. I'm sure you'll cover it before the Q&A, but talk Japan for me. What excites you the most about the event? Who are your favorites, and who are the ones to watch? Also, do you think the only solution to CL losing its production crew is Ubi to promote it more, or do you think there's also alternative solutions we're not thinking about? So a little bit to unpack, but we'll start off with the Japan thing.
Yeah.
For Japan, Japan's exciting, man. It's going to be the first land that we have not seen Empire or G2 at.
In a long time.
In a very long time, which makes it extremely exciting and something that is used quite often inside of sports and esports at this point, or is that it's anybody's game. It's literally anybody's game.
Yep.
Whoever has the hot hand at this land is going to fucking win it. You don't see somebody that's just immediately going to get to the finals. We don't see that here. So this is going to be very exciting, and that's why I'm excited that hopefully I'll be casting it.
Yeah, we still don't know who's casting Japan.
Even though they announced it early, but still didn't have people locked in for it. It was weird.
There's things happening. Moving on before we get in trouble. Talk Japan for me. Excites me the most about the event. The location, the fans, hopefully having a Japanese team on home soil. Japanese fans are absolutely fucking insane. Next level insane.
I can't wait to see that on stream or whatever. It's gonna be crazy.
Jesus, I'm excited for the crowd atmosphere. That's what I'm excited for. Whether I'm there or back home watching it, I don't care.
Let your fuck ass cast that shit.
Exactly. Who are your favorites and who are the ones to watch? I think NIP on LAN It's been a while since they've played a game on LAN. I think they're interesting to watch. I think Na'Vi has question marks around them, but I think if they continue to play the way they did with Pi for most of the Pro League games, they could honestly take it, like Sam said. I think this is also the Pro League final where APAC shows the fuck out. Big time zone changes for everyone else, except for the majority of the APAC people. Whoever makes it out of the APAC LAN, I think they have home field advantage. I think they have time zone advantage. They don't have bitches of flights compared to everyone else. And I think this is APAC's time to rise. So, I mean, Fnatic has a good shot. I really hope that either Cyclops or Nora make it out as well. That would, like, if Nora makes it, then Fnatic doesn't, and all that shit because of the bracket, but you know what I mean. Yeah, honestly, I think that APAC are the ones to watch, whoever makes it out. And then the whole CL thing, fund it. Just fucking fund it. Fund it. Centralize it. This has been years in the making of just a fucking debacle, man. Fund it and centralize it. Give it its own fucking verified channel. Like you used to have. There used to be a Twitch channel called R6CL, and it was verified. And NACL was on it all the time. And then it got deleted. They literally just up and deleted the fucking Twitch account. And now it's on personal casters channels. Or last season and the season before that on Rainbow Six UK. Why does StarNav have to put in so much effort just to get CL to a visible spot? Why is this still a fucking thing? Fund it. Centralize it. You have orgs like Secret and Fours and BDS and Obey and Rise Nation in fucking Challenger League. There are more orgs who want to get in at the CL level. They aren't getting shit out of CL right now. Get your heads out of your asses. Fund it. Centralize it. Have a crew run it. Even if it's all online, have the same crew. Stop subbing in casters season after season after season. You have 4 people from each region and just run it.
Also, actually fucking, pay people. Don't just fucking force volunteers.
Fund it. Fund it. Pay people. Pay people. Give it money. It literally would not take more than like a couple $1,000s a season per region. It really wouldn't. Online casting rates are dog shit, especially for casters who have not done LANs before or are upper echelon casters in Siege. I never talk rates, but like you're probably looking at like $50 US a map. It's not a whole lot for a season. Pay some observers, pay some casters, get them the exposure, centralize it on 2 fucking channels for the love of God. And stop. It's been 3.5 fucking years this shit with Challenger League. You want more orgs to come in? You want more options for your fucking precious pilot program? This is the easiest motherfucking... Like, I don't know why we have to come up with abstract solutions. Are there alternative solutions we're not thinking about? No! There are not alternatives. There's just the solution. What's so fucking hard about this? Give it a budget. Give it people to fucking run it. Centralize. This is not hard. If CCS can do it on fucking volunteer hours, you motherfuckers can do it. Sort it out. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Moving on. Smoothie. Hey guys, congrats to Stokes on his first Pro League cast, and to Flynn for posting a bad CGG. When are you being kicked again? Go check my CGG from last night, bud. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, got him.
My 2 questions are, number 1...
Smoothie. Oh, man!
Number
I don't know if you
one.
can see this smoothie, but I'm leaning all the way back in my chair because you're a bitch. All right, I'm sorry.
Number one. Which teams do you wish got into the pilot program, and for which operator? I don't give a fuck about the ops, but I'd like to see Dark Zero. I'd like to see Reciprocity. I'd like to see TSM. I'd like to see the Giants. I think their colorway could actually be pretty nice. I'd like to see Secret. They got all the good orgs out of APAC. They got most of the good orgs out of LATAM.
What team do I want?
Team 1, I think, with that gold and white and green would be nice.
Oh, that shit would be fire.
Yeah.
That'd be a fire one. I wanted the SSG one. I just, personally speaking, wanted the Ash skin to not go to Evil Geniuses.
Yeah.
They get really lucky with that one, but I mean, I wanted it to go somewhere that wasn't just fucking like a standard blue and white. I wanted it to be badass. Like if Dark Zero had that shit, that should have been nuts.
Yeah, Luminosity as well. I know it's blue and white, but like
yes.
LG.
Yeah, but Luminosity's like a cyan colored one. That'd be shit. I'm in the shits.
And number 2, how do you guys feel about the new look Rise with Adam, Acid, and England going off? Yeah, Rise is fucking scary. I guarantee. Here. You want another hot take? Rise finishes first in NICL. Spaceless 13.
How many hot takes do we have to take until it's not hot anymore?
I'm just throwing them out left and right. Spaceless 13.
How do you...
Would you fucking let me read?
Sorry, dude.
Spaceless fucking 13. Hey guys, big fan of the pod. I really enjoy listening and hearing you guys ramble on. Oh, you don't fucking say. Got 2 questions for you guys. Number 1, do you think it's complacency or being burnt out for Team Empire / G2 not making it to Japan and making it a perfect opportunity for Na'Vi to elevate their game to make it to Japan? We already fucking talked about it. Number 2, as a new player getting into R6 on PC after playing since beta on console, what is the easiest route to get on a team to start playing competitive / go force? I don't have friends who play PC, so I'll be flying solo in the beginning. Literally just fucking add people in ranked. There you go. Literally just do that. Find a team with a bunch of friends to play Go for, build a team from there. That's all I did. Just build up your repertoire. Just understand what comp is. Play some Go Fors. Play some fucking ESA quals. Play Challenge League quals. Play the fucking 6 Invitational quals, dude. It's free scrims. The more people you go out there and impress, the more opportunities you have for finding people who are like-minded. Anyway, thanks in advance for letting me ask my questions. Keep up the good work and hopefully see all the USN guys in Flynn casting at Japan, especially Veli. That guy's the GOAT. We'll see.
Wow, dude. Why does everyone fucking hate me?
You're fucking terrible, that's why.
It's because I don't have waves, dude. It's because I'm white.
You want to go that way, do you?
It's a fucking meme. It's a joke. You should probably cut that.
I'm not. That's in there. Dom234275, number 1, how do you think Siege could take the esports scene? We've already gone over that so many times. Okay, number 2, thoughts on Doki's ban and the late punishment on something he said over a year ago? He said it.
Can I preface quickly before we get too far?
What?
Before I get in major trouble, it's a complete fucking meme. I love Veli, and I know it's not because I'm white. It's a fucking joke.
Oh, I don't think anyone took that seriously.
I know. I'm just making sure because all it takes is one person, as you know. So it's all it takes. It's a fucking meme. It's a joke.
Yeah.
All right. We're moving on.
Anyway, thoughts on the Doki ban? We've said our piece on it, but he said it, right? Like he fucking did it. So
he typed it out. I think it's complete bullshit.
Whether he got banned on the spot then,
2 years ago, but
yeah. Whether he got banned on the spot then or got banned now, he still committed the crime, right?
I'm just.
There's no statutes on limitations.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm still personally just fucking sick of all this shit of people going back through literally everyone's shit to try and find anything that they did wrong. You guys literally, not you guys, but this shit, as of recently, literally made me like go and search my name on fucking Twitter and type every fucking thing I could possibly think of, whether racist, homophobic, anything, into the search bar just to see if there was anything even related to my name. I didn't think I had ever done anything because I'm extremely intelligent about how I go about online stuff. I'm just not that type of person. Like, that's just not me. I'm not going to lie to somebody like, hey, you're a bundle of sticks. That's not me.
Yeah, so I think one of the best...
I triple checked all of my shit. Literally everything. I was fucking terrified. I was like, great, somebody's going to find like one reply that I had like fucking 6 years ago to one of my friends when I literally was nothing. And it's just going to ruin everything. So
one of the best examples I like to use with situations like this is the Hangover movie. The original Hangover, I believe, released in 2012, but I will Google that just to check.
It did. You're correct.
2012. That was 7 years ago. 2012 doesn't feel all that long ago, right? In the first 5 minutes of the movie, Bradley Cooper screams, "Paging Dr. Faggot." And everyone laughed. And everyone used that quote as like a greeting for like 3 years after that. Is that a good thing to say? Fuck no. But you got Bradley Cooper screaming that on the big screen 7 years ago. Am I excusing that kind of behavior and that kind of language? Of course not. But the times have certainly changed. That was on every screen in the entire world, basically. Like, The Hangover was one of the biggest movies of 2012. One of the biggest movies of, like, the first 5 years of the 2010s.
It's the biggest, it's probably top 10 for, like, no, I'd say top 25 for biggest of this decade, 100%.
Like, it was a massive,
superhero movies.
Yeah, it was a massive movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's in the first 5 minutes. That's your opener. And that is not the only time they use that word in the movie. Or any of the other movies. There's a lot of shit, if you go back and watch things from 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago, that you would look back on now and go, wow, I actually laughed at that. And I'll be an honest human, I laughed at that. I used that saying as a greeting with friends. Granted, I was in fucking middle school, but like, the times have changed, and I think it's changed for the better. People have become more enlightened to the fact that, hey, a lot of this shit you said is hurtful. Mm-hmm. And whatever Doki did say, because I know there's a lot of screenshots being passed around it there, and people have photoshopped it and turned it into a million other things. So I don't know exactly what he said for sure. But whatever he did say is vile enough to get him banned. Whether it happened, 5 years ago or today, doesn't excuse the behavior. People grow. People change. But you still did wrong. I still did wrong by laughing at that quote. I still did wrong by repeating that quote. Right? Mm-hmm. You still have to own up to your mistakes at the end of the day. And I'm sure Bradley Cooper has had to give a lot of, and the screenwriters for that movie, and everyone who's been a part of that movie, has had that thrown in their face and said, is that really what you want to be screaming in Hollywood? Right?
Yeah, but again, it's
you have to own up to your mistakes. So Doki owned up to his mistake, and that's what I'm okay with. Like, he made a mistake, and the behavior is not excusable, but the punishment, I think, fits the crime, and he'll serve his time, and he's been nothing but respectful and remorseful through all of it. And I don't believe Doki is the kind of person who would say any kind of malicious shit in honesty. Mm-hmm. Usually he's joking around whenever, like, if you watch his stream, he can get a little frustrated at times, right? He can get a little mad and stuff, but that's just him joking around. Like, he's not actually upset. He's not actually, like, when he talks to Pengu, everyone thought it was the clip of him telling Pengu to, like, kill himself or something, or I'm going to kill you, right? Mm-hmm. We say shit worse than that on this podcast. I told you to drown like 30 minutes ago, right? Like, we joke around.
The opening of this was, if we both die in this plane crash, the worst part about it is I have to see you before I die.
Yeah. Like, we say some horrible ass shit to each other, but because we're joking around with each other, right? Does that excuse it? No. And you might not like it, and that's fine.
But hey, at the end of the day, fuck you if you don't like it.
I mean, I could still get in trouble for saying stuff like that, but most people know that it's a joke between friends. Joke. And Doki's the same way on stream. And what he said back then was not excusable, but he has been at least remorseful and understanding and accepting that this is going to be a thing he has to atone for a long time.
Yeah, and I mean, that's really the only way that you can be, honestly. Yep. I mean, you can either go that or the full self-destructive route of, hey, well, fuck everything that you said because I'm right and you're wrong. Like, that's the way that you don't want things to go.
Just own up to your mistakes.
Just own up to your mistakes, move on. Doki's going about it the correct way. Just, as you said, going back through how things have changed recently, I mean, like, dude, all the way through fucking high school, like I said, the fucking bundle of sticks. Where am I going to sit here and say I didn't? Because like I did, like that was something that was said in the household. Everything else, everything was fine. You know what I mean? Like never hurt anybody's feelings. Nothing. Just hang out with friends. The typical, boys in the locker room type shit, Flynn. You know what I'm talking about. But when times change and you identify out like, hey, like this is something that is just not okay, then it's not okay, and you grow up, and that's exactly what happened. Found out like, hey, that's actually means this, and it's something that's derogatory towards gay people. And I'm like, I have friends that are gay. Like, why am I saying this then? Okay, I should probably stop doing that. You know what I mean?
The more mistakes you make, the more you learn, right? So we learn
like
from our
I
mistakes.
love rap music. It doesn't all of a sudden mean I'm going to start saying the N-word. Like that's, like Jesus Christ.
I mean, you could make that mistake and then die, and then I'd never have to talk to you again.
That is true. That is 100% true. I could get really drunk and forget to skip a lyric and completely just fucking get shot. That could happen. 100% could happen.
Give me wet dreams.
That's disgusting.
Moist Pistol.
Why does the guy's name have to be that? What is this timing, dude?
Moist Pistol. Oh, what's you guys? I think you mean what's up, you guys. Love the podcast. We know Moist Pistol. You've been around for a while. Relatively new to esports. Why is trash talk received negatively across the scene? Growing up, I played. Shut up and let me finish it.
Sorry.
Growing up, I played football and we were jawing at each other the entire game. Even professionally, the players jaw after every play. Why not take the opportunity to try and get your opponent under your opponent's skin? I feel like anytime there is a remote amount of trash talk, everyone starts crying about toxicity. I'm going to jump in on this first.
Can I say it now?
No, I'm going to jump in on this first.
Just the one line, Dad, please.
Fine, whatever.
They're a bunch of pussies. Okay. All right, you're good.
So now you've brought that out.
All right, excuse me. Actually, I fucked this up. Did I tell you this? Forgot to tell you this. Flynn, we can't call things pussies anymore.
Well aware.
You want to know why we can't call them pussies anymore, Flynn?
Is it offensive to cats now?
No, because
it's sexist.
Pussies. Because not only that, but pussies can also take much more of a beating than penises can, if you really think about it.
It's very true. You're a disgusting little penis, Stan. I think that's much more offensive. I don't know about you.
I really think it is too.
I think that's much more offensive. I'm going to start calling you a disgusting little penis from now on.
There are a bunch of penises. That's what they are. I'm no longer saying pussy. I'm calling people penises.
So here's the thing. This came up, and you know what? This actually just came up in our game tonight against Obey. Ab and I was talking some smack at the end of the game on Cafe, and a bunch of pros were watching the game and tweeted about it, and Ab and I was like, I'm just trolling. It's not a big deal. And today went a lot better than their last play they did last week. They were in all chat every round versus today where it was like at the end of game one he said one thing. Like that's all it was. I don't care about it because obviously I grew up in playing hockey. I grew up playing hockey and baseball, bud, and football. I have talked enough trash in my day to honestly deserve to be in jail for the shit I've said. And you can tell the shit I say to Sam, yeah, that's not off the cuff. This is practiced. This is
this is well rehearsed.
Yeah, this is years and years and years of practicing against some real shithead motherfucking kids.
Oh, dude, you have to. Here's the thing: you can say anything, right? You guys can do a motorcycle outside, probably, but anyways, you can say anything, right? When you're inside of sports, damn near anything. Like you don't want to come to somebody's family or anything like that. But the amount of times that I have said like some off the wall shit, like, and the more off the wall you get, the better it is because it throws people off. Like instead of just being like, "Oh, dude, you're a fucking bitch," like I bet you're just one big fucking like lazy whatever the fuck, right? You go off, fucking throw them off, dude. Say some shit like, you know what? I hope you get in a fucking car accident tomorrow and live. That's what I hope. Like you just say some terrible things. Like some terrible things that aren't to the point where like they die. That's how I personally went about it. Flynn, I know it's probably much worse for you. But speaking, I don't want to push it to the point of death because especially now with like the stuff that we do, like if I'm talking shit, it's like I really hope tomorrow you slip in the shower. Like that's really what I fucking hope. And that your foot hits the fucking the water faucet. That's what I fucking hope. Like shit like that.
So
just off the wall shit.
Anyways, I think what happens in esports is in comparison to traditional sports. So if you think about the broadcast for sports, right? Yes, there are players who are mic'd up, but they filter a lot of that shit. They go through like an entire game will be mic'd up, and they'll post like 3 fucking minutes of that. Like, they do it for the NHL, they do it for the NFL. There's mics on for the NBA sometimes. I mean, they filter a lot of that shit. What happens with, at least in the Siege right now, is the all chat has to stay on for the spectator to be able to communicate to the players for rehosts and tech issues and stuff like that. So they can't turn off all chat. They have to keep it on. And there's no filter. There's no one going in after the fact. It's all live. There's no one controlling the flow, right? I personally don't have a problem with shit talking. I don't have a problem with opponents getting in all chat and talking some mad shit. I'm very comfortable. But it does start to look like children bickering on a video game in comparison to, you know, the GIF, and I'm sure everyone's seen it, is in the CFL, this corner is like waving his hands at a receiver, calling him all this shit. You can't hear what he's saying, but he's just like waving at him, and you can tell he's jawing pretty hard. Play starts, and the receiver just fucking drops his shoulder and lays him out. There's more of a thing in traditional sports where you can do your talking with your play, and it makes a little more sense to viewers, and it makes a little more sense to organizers, and it's a little more accepted. Like in football, if you just fucking literally drop your shoulder and knock a dude unconscious, that's considered a good thing. There's no equivalent for that in Siege, unfortunately, where you can just like you can shoot a guy really well, but like that's just called an impressive play, an impressive shot. It has nothing to do with the shit talking. It has nothing to do with like anything out of that. So they become two separate things. Versus in football, you see that gif. You see the corner jawing before the play starts. You can see him waving his hands and fucking making faces and stuff at this receiver. And then 5 seconds later, there's an action and then a consequence. The dude gets fucking rocked. There's nothing like that in Siege, so it just looks like bickering, right? It's not that it's any different from traditional sports where, like, playing hockey, I ran my mouth probably 45 minutes out of 60. Like, I did not shut up on the ice. I'm literally in a dude's ear all fucking night.
Nice shot, bud.
Like, I'm in a dude's ear all fucking night, right? But the parents and the fans watching never heard any of it. They maybe saw me talking to a guy, but they didn't know what I was saying, right? There's no filter for it in esports. It just shows up in all chat, and everyone sees it the exact same way, and there's no cause and effect. There's no, oh, I'm going to shit talk this dude, and then it fucked up his performance. It's, oh, I'm going to shit talk a dude, ... nothing happens. Like, it's a disconnect, and that's why it's seen, at least in my opinion, as so controversial, as so unprofessional. Just because esports is always going to be associated with children and younger people, and it just looks worse, honestly. It just looks worse in esports than it does in traditional sports. Like I said, I'll fucking... If Ab was running his mouth the entire fucking game, wouldn't have made a difference to me. Wouldn't have made a single iota of difference to me. I still would have played my game. I still would have done my thing. It probably would have pissed off some of my other teammates because they can't keep their tempers in check. But, like, if you're not used to that shit, like, just turn off all chat as a player, right? But the spectator can't turn off all chat, and there's just this disconnect between the shit talking and then actions that happen in the game. I don't know. I agree with you. I wish shit talking was a little more accepted, but I understand why it's seen so negatively.
Yeah, I would completely agree. It's a difficult thing, and if you don't understand it and you come into it, you're like, oh, why are these people yelling at each other? You're like, oh, okay, well, I mean, if you haven't been in that competitive environment, you just really won't understand why it's happening.
I would say, honestly, if you want to shit talk, just keep it at all chat. Say it to them to their fucking face. Say it with your chest, man. Walk up to them, and if it's an online game, fucking DM them. Talon does that all the time. Dude, do you know how many DMs I got before we played Akatsuki from Talon? Like 10. It's like, I'm going to run your shit. And I'm like, I'm going to make you wish you never left. Like, we're just going at each other back and forth in the fucking DMs, and it stays out of all chat, and we have our fun, and Talon and I are still friends. We just like that kind of interaction. Yardy was going off in all chat in our fucking game against them. It doesn't bother me. Like, I'm fine with it, but everyone's not fine with it. That's kind of my thing on it. Anything else to add, Samuel?
I don't think so, Flinnison. Oh, wait. Honestly, Flynn, forgot. I fucked that one up. Continue. I had to like halfway have a hiccup. It was very weird. I don't know what happened, but something told me to not say what I was about to say, so I'm just not gonna say it.
Coffee Online, number 1. What is an
I'll
appropriate...
end up dead like your father. I said it anyways.
Okay. Number 1. Wasn't an appropriate amount of time to wait to determine if Canadian is a good fit for SSG. End of the first half of next Pro League, SI 2020, Summer Major. It's obviously too soon to come to a conclusion at the moment. I would say when they start winning. A lot. He's supposed to be the difference maker. They're supposed to be a team. They're the hill we fucking die on. They wouldn't be a hill we die on unless we thought they were championship caliber. So when they start winning, it'll be a good move. If they never start winning, it's a bad move. But I don't think there's a preset period of time. I would say like SI 2020 if they make it, or end of Pro League Season 11 is where I'll start doling out report cards. But things can still turn around from there.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, even though EG missed out on Japan, I feel as if they'll be a force at SI. Geo seems to be sliding into the IGL role very well, and Mo has phenomenal potential, especially when paired with someone like NVK. Thoughts? Yes, the NVK and Mo duo is fucking filthy. They were disgusting in Montreal for DreamHack, and they've been disgusting online. Like, it seems like Mo, like, you remember a year ago, it was like, oh, when's NVK getting dropped? When's NVK getting dropped? NVK needs to be dropped from EG. When's NVK getting dropped? Now it's like, oh, you pair him with another fragging duo, and all of a sudden, yeah, Nate's still good at the fucking game, idiots.
Yeah,
I love the turnaround. I love it. I love the turnaround.
It still blows me away that everyone thought that he just wasn't good at the video game anymore. It's like, okay,
he was just on a different role, and that's what we tried to explain, and nobody believed us. Whatever.
Yeah, dude, by the way, I love the comment on Moist Pistols one by James. It says, Lamau, as someone who played football too, this is so true. You line up against someone on and you're like, what's up, you fucking pussy? But someone in Siege says good night or something like that, and all of a sudden it's toxic or unprofessional. Like, just crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Yep. Number 3, do you think Dark Zero and the Giants can finally do something notable at LAN, or will be another disappointment? Well, I said DZ's not going to win a map, so we'll see how that hot take pans out. The Giants, I want to see their matchup first before I call it. I'm not really a fan of either team, but I feel for those guys for doing so well online and faltering at LAN, and would like to see them have some success. I'd love to see them have some success.
Yeah, we all want to see them have success.
Yeah. Pegasus Solo. Hey, what's up? Hi. After seeing the role shuffle of Shuttle not work out for Rogue, what do you think are some of the biggest role changes, example, hot and cold from entry to support, that either doomed or saved a team?
Liquid picking up Gohan.
Well, it's a roster move. It's looking for role changes. NVK on support?
Yeah.
And then NVK to frag?
Yeah.
Troy from support to frag back in the EG days.
Mm-hmm.
It's another big one.
Chala from entry to support.
Yeah. Pangu from support to frag, and then back to support.
Pangu just does whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Basically.
Be honest. There's no such thing as roles. They are just G2.
Basically. I don't know. Role changes that either doomed or saved a team. I mean,
Can't think of any others, honestly.
I think for like recent, then I mean like Vitality swapping up Bibu's play to put him more in like a second entry and like a flex role instead of hard entry, and put Stiggy on hard entry. That was pretty solid.
Yeah, he's been doing a very good job of being able to get the refrags.
Yeah. Outside of that, though, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Fnatic
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
with Magnet on support.
Guess we'll have to see, dude. Guess we'll have to see. All right,
Yep.
Chaos Panda 6969. Hey, big fan of Shrug. Can't wait to watch Friday's game. Are you gonna get a visa for the U.S. if Shrug 2 qualifies for USN?
No.
Who are your favorites to qualify through the APAC finals? With a stacked top bracket, it's hard to see who's going to come through.
Answered this last week. I said Fnatic and Cyclops.
All right, and then number 3. How the fuck does OGA pit work? Don't ask us because we don't
know.
fucking know either.
Nobody knows. Literally nobody knows anything.
You think USN is complicated? You got a whole nother fucking thing coming there, bud.
Yeah.
All right, next up is just MTX. Hey guys, here are some questions. Number 1, APAC LAN predictions. Already went through those. 2, who is going to be relegated? LATAM, EU, and NA.
The
all of
Sonics.
NA. Just kidding.
Both
the
EU and one
both
LATAM.
EU. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the same boat as you. Honestly, LATAM's blown wide the fuck open. Yeah. MIBR could wake up, or MIBR could have a really bad day and lose out. It could be 2 from LATAM, but 1 from NA because TSM's gonna stay. So I'm gonna put Susquehanna Sonics as losing because I don't think they're gonna get around anyone in a best of 3. They've been having a really, really rough time. Even with the pickups, they still look not in the best spot. So I'll have to see if they can possibly make some improvements until relegations come, but those are coming up pretty quick already. Other than that, I would definitely agree on Europe. So number 3, who do you guys hope is going to make the running in Japan? I honestly hope it's Navi. I hope it's Navi.
I hope it's Fnatic. I really want to see APAC win a title.
Honestly, dude, on Jase Onfroy, Dark Zero.
Wow.
That's who I hope.
So you've got them. Oh, you're just hoping they're winning it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, you've got them winning it, and I've got them not winning a map.
No, I don't have them winning.
Yeah,
I'm just
I know.
hoping. That's just a hope, wish, and a
Yeah,
prayer. I'm an NA boy that wants to see my NA boys do NA boy stuff.
Breezy5457. Any idea when OGA pit and SI qualifiers start? Yes, and I can't tell you. Crossfire DCR for year 5. How would you prefer they handle map releases? Personally, I'd like if it was similar to year 4. I
just realized that we're just now halfway through these. I hate to cut you off. We're only halfway through this shit.
We're probably gonna cut it off after a few more because it's already been 2.5 hours. So,
fuck, dude.
We might have to get to the point where we don't do every question from now on because it's a lot. Anyway, for year 5, how would you prefer they handle map releases? Personally, I'd like if it was similar to year 4 and that we get 1 new map or maybe even none and the rest be reworks. Plenty of maps in the game already and plenty there that are prime for rework. Jesus, that was a confusing sentence. Yeah, I like the rework path. I think you've already got a lot of maps in the game that at their base have at least a structure, and they have really, really, really sucked for a while at making new maps. I still liked Fortress. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was terrible. I like Outback. A lot of people hate it for some. I don't fucking know where this Outback hate came from. I like Outback. And then obviously, I mean, I'm also split because I love the Canal rework, which everyone hates for some reason. Again, I don't know where this is coming from. Like, can you people smarten the fuck up? Canal's amazing. But then again, people like the Cafe rework, and I fucking despise it. So it's opinions. So, you're only smart if you have my opinion, and if you don't have my opinion, then you're dumb. But yeah, I like reworks. I don't like the new maps, at least when they fucked it incredibly hard for a while there. Right after he said he would like a tower rework. I'd be cool with a tower rework.
That'd be cool. The tower rework as well. That map is dog shit.
I liked it.
Flynn, this is gonna be a very weird question.
Yeah.
But I just need you to do this for me.
Yeah.
Can you say pasta?
Why?
Just say pasta.
Why?
I just want to see how you say pasta.
Pasta.
Okay, so Parker's the broken one.
Why? What does he say?
Because he says pasta.
Oh, I'm like in between. You're like pasta, and I'm like pasta, and he's like pasta.
Why the fuck does he say pasta?
It's a Canadian thing.
What the Jesus Christ.
It's definitely
There's only a handful of things that you guys do correct, and that's definitely not one of them.
All right. Vapor. After seeing the performance from EG in the U.S. Nationals last night, that was a while ago, and their overall performance, how well do you think Mo... Okay, we've already talked about Mo. He's great. Danny Bear 285. What happened with Shrug last week? I thought you were starting strong, but y'all fell off. I mean, we tied and then lost against Akatsuki.
They started sucking, honestly.
Played a map we're not great on, and they're really good on Bank. I don't know.
Why did you keep that in the pool, bud? It's your fault.
Number 2, who in CL looks good enough to trade a series against the Sonics and Rogue? Been over that a lot, but I would say Rise.
Anyone that's not Shrug, continue.
Yeah. A-Steps, how much will the F2 mag nerf impact the weapon? Is this a better alternative than ACOG removal? Shit, wait.
Is there something we don't fucking know?
I don't know, dude. There's some post
where is
that we
this
missed.
shit
I don't know. We googled. Apparently, the F2 is losing like 5 rounds or something. It's going to like 25. I did hear that.
Who the fuck cares? The gun's still a fucking laser beam with a stupid rate of fire and a great damage margin. Like, it's always going to be good until you affect either the damage margin or the rate of fire. That's it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Shit, wait, also, how well do you think Riot's new FPS will do? Give me a playable beta, and I'll tell you about it, but it's literally been like 5-second video clips. Like, I don't fucking know.
I would say that I'm cautiously happy. Like, I'm cautiously excited. You know? Like, I'm just like, hey, like, this could be cool. Either that or it's going to flop. Like, that's it.
Okay. You know what, guys? I think we're gonna call it. You're
gonna call it right there?
There's just so many fucking questions left. Like we're almost we're a little more than halfway done the questions, and it's been over an hour of Q&A, and it's 2.5 hours in. Oh.
Here's also the other thing. The real question is, what the fuck else do we have to do?
Go to bed?
Because I got fucking nothing.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Don't
6,
count, just go.
7,
Don't count,
8.
Just go.
Okay, no, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 more questions with multiples in there.
Yeah, it's fine. Quit being a bitch. It's honestly, this is our punishment for going to bed instead of doing the podcast when it would have been like fucking 16.
Okay. NA Gold Whisperer, hello. I've recently had an interesting conversation with a friend and was interested in your opinion. So, if you had to choose one thing to be changed with how any aspect of the game is, whether it is competitive or just the game in general, what would it be? A billion things.
Very open-ended question.
Yeah.
I would say ask again next week and word it a little bit better.
I mean, like if I had to pick one fucking thing to fix, it's client-side debris.
Yes. Oh my fucking Christ. Client-side, anything client-side, it all needs to be server dedicated. Smokes,
debris in general. Why is there so much debris? Just get rid of the debris. We don't give a fuck about the realism. It's an esport. Make it playable. That's the one thing. If I only had one thing to fix, that's probably the thing I would do.
I don't know why it doesn't disappear instantly anyways.
Yeah. Dylan Mag, I literally just clicked off the whole fucking page. Jesus.
I got it. Dylan Mag. While unlikely, do you think Ireland will ever host a Pro League finals or a major? I think it would be a great atmosphere for a LAN. Big fan of the podcast and both of your casting. Keep up the good work. I would say very unlikely, but I think that it'd be very cool because I'm also Irish, and having a fucking major in Dublin would be amazing because we would all just drink and be merry. Be a good time.
I think Pro League finals or a major is highly unlikely. Maybe a minor. Yeah.
A minor. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Just any minor, doesn't matter the company. But yeah.
Yep.
Got a minor out in Ireland. That'd be cool.
Badass. All right.
On
the next one. I can do them for a while. You're good.
No, I got it.
All right.
Weaklings changing it to only 3 questions. Will you see what happens? If we had let it go beyond 3 questions for each of these, we'd never be done. Number 1, there were accusations on Twitter of a German team cheating in some German league and that the admins were aware of the team's suspicions actions but still let them play. Know anything about it? That's ESL, not touching it. Number 2, I wanted to change this question because I thought it had already been asked. Got to maximize that 3-question limit. That's literally your second question is you changed the question and didn't put a new question in. Cool. 3, since you guys know the rule book better than me, I'm going to ask this question to see if I misunderstood something. When Chaos played Navi versus Bank on Chaos, or on Bank, Chaos requested a rehost due to Vito not having any sound, but the rehost was rejected. They did this 10 seconds into action phase, and no damage had been taken by anyone.
It's because it's 15 seconds into prep phase. That's why.
No, it's not anymore. They changed it. It's 30 seconds, no
what's the
damage. 30 seconds into action, no damage.
Oh, so they botched a call.
Yeah, it looks like it. And I called them
Looks
out
like
for
the
it last year.
Yep, looks like the NFL refs. Cool, awesome.
Yep.
Anyways,
So probably should have been a rehost. Anyway, Tim Kelly, Flynn, how does it feel being an old man? Awful. Diabetic Beer, what do you think of Goya would be good in Pro League? Yes. That FedEx guy, love the podcast, and I finally caught up with the Q&A thread. With Theme Park being the next rework, what are you hoping gets changed? Everything. Fuck
get rid
Theme
of
Park.
Train. Yep, get rid of Train.
With Goyle coming into the meta next season, what are you predicting for his ban rate? And do you think it will influence the stale defender bans of Mirror and Echo? Probably not.
10%,
unless they
ban rate.
nerf. Yeah, unless they nerf Mirror and Echo and Maestro, you're probably not seeing those 3 come out.
10% ban rate, but he's only going to be good. He's only going to be banned against teams that are known for using him. That's it. It's going to be that clash. It's going to be niche.
Who, in your opinion, is the best rookie pros this season from each region?
Mo Digger.
Yeah. Mo.
I'm sorry, but like Mo, absolutely.
Yeah, probably actually. Why am I getting added in the ESL Discord? What is happening? Oh, there's something. I'm still in here. I'm not even a community caster anymore. Y'all revoke that shit from me.
Yep, that same shit.
Why am I still in there?
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, best rookie's got to be Mo. Thanks for the podcast, guys. I appreciate you having something to listen to at work. Good luck tonight against Obey Flint. Yeah, that didn't go well. And keep up the good work casting Stokes. Yeah, that's never going well. James Milo, what's up, guys? Love the podcast. Number 1 question for Flynn. How many times can you say psycho? 45. Number 2, was Gohan benched because he was being a cuck again? Probably. We don't know. Number 3, most underrated player in Season 10? Personally, I have to say Muzi. He top fragged damn near every game and is one of the reasons Nip is going to Japan. Yeah, Muzi's incredible. Underrated players for Season 10? I'm going to go Young. That dude just never gets the credit he deserves. And he's so fucking clutch. I'd probably have to say Young, Citizen.
Honestly, this is what I would say. I'd say the Luminosity guys.
Just all of them?
All of them, yep.
That's fair. Rexon's pretty underrated for what he does.
Yeah, I would say all the Luminosity guys, and that's just from whether it be following or what have you. But I mean, like, I understand TSM is a huge org, but Luminosity is also a pretty damn big org. And Merc has like quadruple the fucking followers that most of the Luminosity guys have. Like they don't have any traction with that team. It seems like it's very weird.
Big yikes TM. Best CL players, and Flynn doesn't count because I said good players. Best CL players, all of Fours, all of BDS, all of Secret. And
but Secret shooting the bed somehow. It's
yeah.
Leon, dude, I swear to God, the next time I see Leon, dude, I'm just gonna have to revoke my hug, dude. Not giving it to him. Like, I'm disappointed in you, son.
Any potential off-season moves for teams/players that deserve to be on better teams? I mean, you gotta wait for Japan to end to fucking see the shuffle unfold. It depends who stays in, who doesn't get relegated, who does get relegated. Like, they're way too early to be calling that shit. Why does LATAM CL not get a lot of English coverage? Because literally no one casts it, even in LATAM, so we have no way to cover it. THAC1, T-Hack1, not sure how to pronounce that. Number 1, does Siege need a robust training mode? Yes, I'm just going to end the question right there. I don't want to read the rest of it. Number 2, thoughts on Gohan being, but we talked about that. Number 3, Shrug going to participate in the quals for SI? Probably. Anyway, happy belated birthday, Flynn. Thank you. Mo, for the 3 main regions, and APAC if you want, who are the biggest overperformers and the worst underperformers in this Pro League season? Underperformers, Sisu. Overperformers, yeah, MIBR, definitely underperform. I'm going to say overperforming Team 1, but that's just because I hate them, I guess. I don't fucking know.
As well as Luminosity and Navi.
Yeah, I'd say they definitely overperformed. Yeah, those would probably be the overperformers. And then, yeah, the underperformers. NA, I would say Rogue. Rogue and SSG, I think, underperformed for NA.
Yep.
Do you think that either EG or G2 miss SI 2020? Online quals are a bitch, so Lord only knows. It's possible. It's very, very possible.
Yes, and it's probably going to be EG because TSM still. Oh no, excuse me. TSM's actually good. They won DreamHack. Cancel that. I honestly feel like it's going to be EG on some weird stuff. Yeah, I think something weird is going to happen. And EG's going to lose that somehow. I don't know. I just got a feeling about it. That might be a hot take. We'll have to see if it comes true.
Brink, not asking a question because there's already 30 posts and this is only 3 hours old. Somebody has probably already asked my question by now. Have a nice day, everyone. That was a waste of my time to read, but thanks,
Brink. Love you.
Nick, sup fuckers, when we see an added op ban, do you think we'll see it in the near future? 3 attackers and 3 defenders band could shack up a lot of strats. You can't do 3 and 3, you have to do 4 and 4. Because then one team gets to ban 2 of one kind and 1 of the other. That's not okay. I'm not talking about Riot's thing. That doesn't matter. And we have 4 questions left. Thank the fucking Lord. It's not Duffman89. When Doki comes back to Navi, what team could you see Pi going to? Or is it too early to tell? Like I said, that dude has like basically no comp experience outside of Prem, so I don't fucking know. Number 2. Who do you think is the best secondary support in Pro League / Challenger League and why? Secondary
support?
So I guess you're talking like
stuff.
Yeah, kind of like Thatcher's.
But it's not. You just kind of call them both Thatcher. I mean,
Thatcher ACOG role is kind of what we have as the secondary support role on our team for Chase.
I understand what he's getting at, but it's not. It's not a role. Like you have 2 supports, you have 2 fraggers. You just call one of them entry because they're the first one in the building, and then you have your flex. There's no entry support.
Yeah. I don't know. Support players in general, we've gone over plenty of times. After a full season, a major, and 3 minors, do you think that dropping Uno and adding Corey has overall been a good thing for the Giants? Win titles.
They look a lot better. They look a lot better with Corey.
Oh, hell yeah. But win titles. That's all that matters.
That's true.
Sijakov, do you think that for pick and ban phase, teams should be allowed to choose one operator to not get banned? Obviously, this should happen in the future when we get more.
That'd be a pick and ban. Yeah, that'd be a pick and ban phase. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be good with that.
I'm honestly fine with that. I mean, like, if honestly, like, they sped up everyone where, like, they could set up all their shit super fast in, like, the prep phase, right? Like, everyone was, like, times fucking 5 and you could set up all of your shit and get where you needed to go and drones were faster or whatever. Like, if there was some way to do that, it'd be really weird. But if there was some way to do that, I'd be totally down for having a fucking pick and ban phase for operators, like, per round.
Yeah.
I know that'd be a lot, but
per round? I'd do it for the game, like for the map.
Boy, you'd have to set up like that fucking person on each site. That would really shake up Siege.
You know what would be really weird though?
What?
What if you did op bans? So like for best of 3s, what if you could only ban operators for the whole series? You couldn't ban them map to map. So like if you ban Maverick on Bank, but Club is map 2, you don't have map for Club. Right?
Huh.
How fucking weird that would be.
They should let us run the league just so we can do dumb shit.
Oh, just do dumb shit and see how it works.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking wild, bro. Oh, that would be brutal too, because you'd ban something. Like you'd have to decide.
I would like to try a pick and ban phase.
Yeah, I'd like that.
That'd be cool. I'd like it. 90% of the community would fucking hate it. But 90% of the community.
There you go. Exactly. Samsey, hi. Thanks for the broadcast. Pretty enjoying it, especially when working. Okay. Here's 2 questions I want to ask. Number 1, how about Ubisoft selling Charm for major qualifiers that work like the pilot program so it can help some team finance after all the grind? And after the major championship Charm will start glowing? I think that'd be cool. I'm always down for more pilot program stuff.
Yeah. How about this? How about instead of that, they make a skin for the major for each person, right? Like an actual full-on uniform, gun skin, charm combo that you buy in a pack, and they release it before the majors, and it goes in to the prize pool.
That's what you do. That with everything, though. Everything's rev split.
Yeah, but they also have all of it gated off. Dota doesn't have it gated off. Dota just had a fucking $26 million invitational.
Yeah.
The international, excuse me. So
I mean,
That's
2/3
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
prize pool for SI last year was crowdfunded through RevSplit.
I want more.
I'm down for more. I'm always down for more. That sounds like a
I'm
cool
down
idea.
for more. And plus, I just want them to dedicate like a. Also, while we're on this topic of skins and shit like that, can we just make cooler fucking skins? Is that too hard? Why the fuck do we keep getting dumbass fucking skins like the Wind Bastion bundle or the Ember Rise bundle that look like fucking hammered dog shit, make you invisible, and are just overall blatantly stupid? When you could actually make a cool skin that people would want to buy, not because it's just broken in the game.
Ember Rise can
Why
go.
the why the fuck do we have an Ash fishing skin? Why is that a thing? Who said, you know what the community would love? A fucking fishing version of Ash. That's what they would love.
Ember Rise go.
Oh my gosh, man. Come on, guys. You guys are more creative than that. Fuck, man. Like we've had cool skins in games since like I could fucking remember. Like Modern Warfare 2 had cool fucking skins.
Yep.
The original COD 4, like COD 4, when like skins really just started, had cool skins. They had gold guns and shit. We have gold guns, but I mean, you still had to have the year one pass. You know, like it feels like they had all this creative flow, Flynn, in the first year. We had Black Ice, Glacier, fucking gold guns, like all this cool shit, and like, well, actually, even like going a little bit ahead, like all the way up to like, I would say Velvet Shell, and then things just fucking flatlined.
Yeah, the Red Crow and the Velvet Shell seasonals are pretty fucking nice. And then
Dude, the Red Bull skin is dope.
yeah,
Fucking love that skin.
everything after that gets a little bad.
Yeah, just be more creative, man. Fuck.
And number 2, with now everyone being limited to 3 questions, how about Patreon supporters have an additional question? That's actually not a bad idea. I think what we should start doing is have the Reddit thread for everyone, and we'll pick like 10 from Reddit, and then we'll have like 10 from the Patreons. I think that's the way we should start breaking this up.
Patreon exclusive questions.
Yes.
I like it.
So if you're not a patron and you don't want to give us your money, that's fine. You have a chance to have your question answered. But I think, obviously, with me having to rush through the end of these questions, like, this is getting pretty insane with the number of questions that are being asked. We can't answer all of them anymore.
We never thought.
No, we never thought it would get this far at all. So this is just on us for having poor planning, and I'm really sorry if you guys are, I guess, upset by that or something. But yeah,
Props to us still being two completely idiotic fuck asses in front of so many people as well, by the way.
oh yeah,
Around the world. Like there's some people that truly know how Flynn and I act because of this podcast, and then they see us in public. I just want fuck, dude. That's why when people came up to us at the fucking Raleigh Major, like, love the podcast. I was like, fuck, this guy knows what I actually act like.
Yeah, the number of people that came up to us and were like, hey, we love the podcast in Raleigh, that was fucking wild.
That was weird.
Shouts to all of you.
Yeah,
And
we love
Beamer
you guys.
Fatty with the last 3 questions of the fucking episode. Thank the Lord, we're going 3 hours again on this shit. Number 1, is this DZ's time to win a ship? I said they don't win a map.
Why the fuck did he say ship and not chip? I'm pissed. Also, no.
What? Are you dumb?
He said ship and not chip.
Win a ship. Win a big
Win
fucking tourist aquatic vessel. You need to watch Letterkenny. Holy fuck. Anyway, number 2. Nip have been dominant online, but keep falling a tad short in close games at LAN. What do you expect from them this go around? I think they'll be fine. I think Pino and Muzi have seen enough now that they'll be okay. Whether or not they lose, they're like, if they lose in the quarters, I still think they'll have a good showing. It'll still be a damn good game. And if they win, like, I don't think there's going to be a game where Nip just get blown out of the water at all.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3. Was the Modiga move by EG the wrong move? No. No.
Absolutely not. Mo is ridiculous.
No,
Mo
they
is a great
obviously are not the dynasty team demolishing everyone anymore in NA. But, like, no one's the dynasty team demolishing anyone anymore. Like, Empire fell off, G2 fell off, EG fell off, Rogue took a nosedive off a cliff. I mean, like, MIBR, I don't know, they're 90 feet under in a fucking pit of lava right now. Nora fell off. Like, teams just fall off. And then they gotta work to get back on top. So I think it's the same thing for EG. Mo's been incredible, and I don't think there's any problems with EG picking up Mo.
Absolutely not. The kid's knocking the fucking lights out.
Well, we did it, Samuel. We did
I
it.
told you it wouldn't be bad.
Another 3-hour episode. You fuckers. I hate all of you. I hate all of you equally, but I hate all of you.
I'd say I hate Noah a little bit more.
That's fair. It's very fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
you know.
Sam, you want to play us out?
I guess I'll have to do it, Flinnison. Guys, this is going to be the most recent episode of the B-Leaguers podcast. We'll be seeing you guys a little bit later on next week, maybe? Probably not until after Japan, honestly. Shouldn't be too much to talk about. We might do an episode after relegations, but we will update you on the Reddit as well as Twitter. So as always, make sure you guys head over to the Koyo store. Use code B-Leaguers in all caps for a discount on all of your Rainbow Six related paraphernalia or non-related R6 paraphernalia as well, because you can get damn near anything on that fucking website from so many cool different things. So make sure you head over to thekoyostore.com, use code B-Leaguers on checkout, get whatever the fuck you want. They still have those pretty cool Game of Thrones pins as well. As well as, guys, Patreon is still there. Make sure to go over to the patreon.com/B-Leaguers if you want to give us your fucking money in order to keep the lights on, as well as now get exclusive rights to having your questions answered on the podcast, because you guys are making this a lot longer than it needs to be. So with that being said, we love you all, and we will see you the next time we see you guys. Good night.